How are things, Vector?
Agent, when we communed with the other nests, we saw a force for change in the galaxy. There are Killiks as large as starships and as small as mites, joiners from 100 species on 1,000 worlds. We mean to report on the Killik colony to the diplomatic service.
Not even a smile for me. You are focused today.
We are. Still, it's you who inspires us. If the service can make entreaties to the colony, if we make them an ally, we'll have a foothold in the unknown regions. We'd have access to Killik craftsmanship, joiner information. Even without their military support, they would be invaluable.
What would an Imperial Killik alliance take?
We've outlined a proposal. The Killiks want peace and resources, and the Empire can offer both. And if the Empire doesn't make allies of the Killiks, someone else may get to them first.
However I can assist, say the word.
We'd ask you to sign off on the report. Other than that, we'll keep your offer in mind. Thank you. Agent, we heard back from the diplomatic service about our proposed alliance with the Killik colony. Our report was soundly ignored. It seems we have less credibility than we thought.
You worked for them for years. And this is what you get.
We are twice compromised. No longer human, and no longer a diplomat. A colleague named Fulner Eth sent the update on our report along with a message. He wants us to call him, accompanied by our handler. We believe he means you.
Put him through. We'll see what he wants.
Master Hillis, I'm so glad you got my message. How are you? How's Anya?
Anora. We haven't seen her in some time, but we hear she's well. And your son?
I'm stationed on Balmora, still hoping to join the Shadow Fist. And you must be Cypher 9. It's my privilege to meet you. Rest assured, I went through channels to arrange this. Imperial Intelligence has agreed to loan me Vector so long as you're amenable.
Tell me your proposal, and I'll see what we can do.
My superiors don't see the wisdom in Vector's advice. I do. Yet I lack the authority to force the issue.
Someone is blocking you?
Tarab, Sabini, the usual crew. If I'm to win them over, I need influence. Vector, with your ties from the service and the colony's knowledge, I could amass a string of victories. And the more I succeed through your consultations, the better chance your Killik Imperial Alliance comes to pass.
What's your take on all this?
He wants us to play politics, but that is how things are accomplished.
Perceptive man. I'll be in touch with specifics.
We appreciate your aid, and your patience, Agent. We're doing this to serve our people. We don't mean to neglect your company.
Tell you what, next chance we have to slip away, we'll find a planet all to ourselves.
We'll hold you to that.
Cypher, I had the most delightful conversation with Master Vector. Did you... I'm getting a feed on my earpiece. One moment. I apologize. That's the third time this week one of my security alarms has gone off.
Where did you set up an alarm system?
I monitor all my safe houses as a matter of course. I have a few dozen around the galaxy. A precaution, really. I haven't needed them in years. Usually when an alarm goes off, it means a child has come exploring, or a rat has slipped through the ventilation shafts.
You've got havens set up. What's in them?
You know the sort. An abandoned building here, a fortified wine cellar there, stocked with necessities of the trade. Most of them aren't on the official books, but I assure you, they're hardly incriminating.
Remind me not to underestimate you, Doctor. If we ever need a sanctuary...
You'll have whatever humble aid I can provide.
You said you wanted to talk.
Yes, sir. Ensign Rena Temple, formerly of the Chiss Expansionary Defense Force, reporting for combat drills.
I can show you a few things. What brings this on?
Frankly, I need the practice. No one ever taught me covert maneuvers. If you've got time...
If I didn't think you were capable, I wouldn't have you out there.
That's kind of you to say, but would you bet your life on it? Come on. All right. I think I've sweat enough for one day. Any last words of wisdom for your freshly transferred ensign?
Never let anything distract you. No one can compensate for your errors.
I'm confident it isn't so dire, but I take your point. You know, my father used to come home from exercises freshly scarred. I was 12 before I realized his training drills were intelligence operations. He was captured twice, but he wouldn't let me worry, no matter how bad it got.
You two must have been close.
Oh, I adored him. He gave me a pet Felix for my birthday. That'll melt any girl's heart. Thank you for the lesson. A few more and I'll be infiltrating enemy camps with the best of them.
Doctor, you wanted to talk?
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry to take your time, but I have a small request. To be frank, it's a bit of an embarrassment.
You have my undivided attention.
I told you before about my safe houses, how my intruder alarms have been going off. I attributed it to local happenstance. I may have been mistaken. My safe house on Balmora exploded.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Very much, but my scanners melted 0.7 milliseconds after activation. I could theorize regarding who did this and why, but truthfully, all I know is someone bypassed Imperial security to get inside. I'll need to see the safe house in person. I'll return as soon as I can.
You could be walking into a trap. Stay alert, Doctor.
And you. Well, I'm afraid the news is mixed. My safe house did indeed burn to the ground, along with 3 would-be assassins who were attempting to wire it with explosives. Apparently, my security triggered their bombs prematurely.
Do you booby-trap all your safe houses? Or just the ones your enemies know about?
You make it sound like I used safe houses as bait. I did acquire genetic samples of the intruders. I'll be running traces shortly. One was a human male. The others, uncertain. Regardless, they used Imperial equipment and codes to get inside. Someone in the Empire wants me dead.
This could be a frame job. It wouldn't be hard to arrange.
A wise assertion, although the particulars suggest otherwise. One way or the other, I take comfort in the fact that I'm once again viewed as a threat. My days in retirement are over.
Sir, since our combat session went so well, I thought we might try something else. Lessons in interpersonal manipulation and information extraction. Lecture 1 entitled...
Once they think they need you, they'll tell you anything.
Descriptive name, sir. Is it always about need? When I first arrived at Zero Station, no one trusted me. I was the human Imperial who must have been a spy. But I learned my way around. And once the Chiss accepted my competence, it was easy to make friends.
That's one of your strengths. People like you, and you can use that.
So suppose we're separated during an operation against pirates, say. How does your hand-trained operative play it?
Lying can get messy. I prefer the direct approach.
I've seen interrogations. Force can get messy too. I don't know what you think of my potential, sir, but I do appreciate your guidance. I've been deceiving people like an amateur for years. Time I started doing it right.
Agent, you recall we spoke to the diplomatic service about building an alliance between Empire and Kilix? Falner Eth, the man who offered his backing in return for our assistance, has asked us for his first favor.
You don't owe him anything, you know.
No, but his support could make a difference. Falner wants our notes on various families and unaligned worlds in the Questal sector. He means to bring that sector into the Empire. We worked in Questal a long while, and we knew its people well. It's odd to see someone else take the reins.
You don't talk about your old life.
We don't often have a reason to think about it. We do miss negotiating, reaching out to understand people, synthesizing their needs. Dizana of the Lesai Nest says that desire makes us a better joiner. It's only small comfort.
You haven't forgotten your training. Even as Dawn Herald, you're an ambassador.
Perhaps. But seeing men like Fulner again, we think it's best if he handles negotiations. Apologies, Agent. This is something we need to think on more deeply. But we are glad you stand by us.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Forgive me, but as your sole medical officer, I have to point out that your eating habits have been less than satisfactory lately.
Now, I'll take my share of the blame. I've been preoccupied making calls, catching up on what I've missed in the intelligence community. Still, the fact that people are trying to kill me does not excuse my neglect of your health.
Any leads on the people who came after you on Balmora?
I've identified one of the assassins as an operative for Colonel Langor, a man with ties to the Imperial Science Bureau. The Bureau is also the likely origin of the other dead men whose genetic structure had been mutated. Weaponized humans.
What do you mean, weaponized humans? What's the Science Bureau doing?
Military research is the Bureau's purpose. Making humans stronger, faster, is one approach.
Which reminds me, I'd like your permission to run some tests on Master Vector. I'm rather curious about a joiner's physiology, and Vector is keen to learn more about himself.
If it won't cause harm, I don't have any objections.
Wonderful. I'll let him know the good news. And of course, I'll keep you apprised.
You wanted something, Vector?
We do not neglect our duties. We are Dawn Herald. We do this for the Nest. Agent, we've had another request from Fulner Eth, our ally inside the diplomatic service. We need to take a short leave.
We can spare you for a little while. What does Fulner want this time?
Fulner's stock is rising, but he needs further acclaim before he can push for a Killik Imperial alliance. He's asked us to visit a former Republic governor named Yoganath Anoth and win his cooperation by turning him into a joiner.
So you're supposed to strip a man of his individuality and make him part of the Nest?
We'd hoped Fulner wanted us for our diplomatic skills, not for this. The joining should be a gift, but we will find a way.
Whatever you decide, I'll back you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're back. Did you find your man?
We spoke to the Republic governor. If you'll join us, we'll report the details to Fulner Eth.
My friends, it's been too long.
Fulner, we assume you've heard from Fenoth.
He contacted me from an Imperial transport. Apparently we promised to work with him. Not what I requested, but the service can make do.
There was no need to make him a joiner when he was amenable to discussion.
You haven't lost your touch as a diplomat after all.
Not entirely, no.
You kept your promise. Thanoth's assistance resulted in my promotion. I will keep my promise to you. Some important people are waiting, Vector. They're very interested in a potential Killik alliance.
You arranged this?
As soon as I knew we could work together. Check the data I'm streaming to your main console.
Thank you, Fulner. Excuse us a moment, Agent.
It's like talking to a bug wearing a man's skin. I don't know how you stand it.
He's a brave man, and a loyal Imperial.
You can't be serious. Those creatures are anathema to everything the Empire stands for. There's no place for great men in a hive mind. Only animal instinct. I'll be relieved when you people finish this scheme and get rid of the colony for good.
Agent, they listened. They don't understand yet, but they listened. The diplomatic service has requested my aid and wants to initiate relations with the colony.
Listen, Fulner Eth is keeping his deal, but he's repulsed by Killiks. We can't trust him.
He admits it. We always did get an odd sense from him. It's out of his hands now, though. We should watch him, but we'll be focused on the future. Agent, there's something we want you to know. Our obsession lately has been with the colony and the diplomatic service. We're sure you've noticed that we've been distant.
We were getting close for a while. Then you pulled back.
Yes. It wasn't intended. We're finished repairing ourselves. We found the part of our mind that understood humanity, and we're relearning how to use it. We couldn't have done this without you. And we don't want to be distant anymore.
No more disappearing when things get difficult.
What we did was necessary. But we won't go through it again. What will be the next verse of our song?
We'll discover it together.
As you wish.
What do you have for me?
Encouraging news. Watch.
Don Herald, forgive the message, but our emissaries were out of reach and we couldn't wait to link with you. Imperial scout ships entered colony space and made contact yesterday. We traded in Membrosia, silk, and star maps. We could smell the men's fright, but they left in peace. Perhaps you were right after all.
A long way from a signed treaty, but it's a start.
It looks like your work is paying off.
So far. We're in touch with the diplomatic service as well. There's still resistance, but we're progressing. Kilix and Imperials may share space in our lifetime.
How can I help you, Ensign?
Personal question for you, sir, if you don't mind my asking. When you have to win a man's affections over the course of a mission, does it bother you?
Are you worried about having to seduce an asset?
I'm not entirely certain. Don't mistake me, I've been involved with plenty of the wrong men, but going in there was always the chance they'd work out. I don't know how I'd make that connection if I knew it wouldn't last. Or if I had someone waiting back home.
Don't put your life on hold in the name of duty.
But duty always comes first, doesn't it? At least I have my parents as an example. Happily married cipher agents, so far as I ever knew.
I didn't know your family had such a history with the work.
Well, somewhat, anyway. Thank you for your honesty, sir. You won't regret these sessions.
What's going on, Ensign?
Sir, Dr. Loken's been filling in the gaps in my education. He has quite a few stories. Here's what puzzles me. I've always been taught to respect the chain of command, and yet you... How does anyone control a field agent?
You're really perturbed by this. Are you that used to pure obedience?
Yes, I am, and I don't think that's a bad thing. The Empire expects its operatives to make command decisions from the front line. That doesn't work.
All you can do is respond to each situation, right or wrong.
And live with the consequences. I don't want to do wrong, sir. My father ignored an edict from the Sith, and instead of facing his punishment, he ran. I won't repeat his mistake. Accidentally.
What did your father do that was so terrible?
I'd rather not discuss it. Refusing to do his duty was enough. I'll stop troubling you about this. Back to the job, then. Sir, I just had a talk with Vector. Not something I do often, but I think I'm getting used to the eyes. When I was a little girl, the only aliens I ever saw were the Cuss City slaves. Now we see stranger things every day.
You must have had a sheltered childhood.
I had the best childhood money could buy. And that includes a good shelter. Anyway, I want to get more combat practice in before tomorrow. Talk soon?
Something I can help you with, Ensign?
I was hoping you could increase my security clearance, sir. At least long enough so I could know about my promotion.
What promotion are we talking about?
The top secret one, sir. I can only assume it occurred. I'm pleased to say that I finished, as best I can, putting myself through the Imperial Intelligence training regimen, save the psychological tests. With your help, I'm now almost qualified to be here. Thank you.
You're a fine operative. You should be proud.
I am proud, sir. I thought you could tell. Sir, I've been monitoring Chiss Defense Force frequencies, tracking ship movements in the Rim. Nothing extraordinary, but I'd like your permission to investigate if something comes up, assuming you trust me solo.
You wouldn't be here if I couldn't count on you. Put your training to good use.
Thank you, sir. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Yes, Ensign?
Sir, there's something you should know. I've been scanning Chiss frequencies, passing the time, checking low security reports. An old associate left this message where he knew I could find it. It's a hologram that Chiss intercepted from Korriban.
Play the message, please.
I have received the fugitive's location. Even he could not run forever. We must now find the Force sensitive he hid from us. Intelligence need no longer be involved. I will make Cypher 3 pay for his defiance myself.
I'm sorry, sir. If I knew this would be an issue, I would have told you earlier. Cypher 3 is my father. The Force sensitive he's hiding is me.
He's been on the run from the Sith all these years. Impressive.
I was a child. When the Sith made their rounds, my father made sure I was elsewhere. Then he disappeared. The Sith will do worse than kill him. Torture, public display. He can't go through that. Not for me.
If you have a solution, I'm listening.
I can find my father before Lord Darok does. There are coordinates in the message. With your permission, I can give him her quick death.
He saved your life. The least you can do is help him.
I can't. I have to be better than him. I have to do my duty. I won't be gone long. Besides, if I don't do something, your security could be compromised.
All right. Go if you must. But don't make any decisions until you've found your father.
We'll see. Thank you. It's done. I'm back. I found Cypher 3. I found my father. And I executed him, so the Sith couldn't. He said he understood.
I never thought you'd go through with it. Why?
Because I believe in the Empire. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like some time alone.
What's going on?
Agent, in our work with the diplomatic service, we find ourselves talking to people we once knew. We've been contemplating this.
Hello, Vector. It's Honora. I don't know if you remember me, but Bryson said he thought you would, and I wanted to talk to you. I know things didn't end well, but I never forgot. You need to get out of there. Come back to Drummond Cast and we'll get you help. We can undo what the Killiks did. There are still people who care about you.
We've watched it 17 times and meditated to the static.
It can be difficult to be reminded of your past.
Can it? We were nearly engaged to Honora very long ago. We never considered that there are people who want us restored to what we were. But watching this, feeling nothing, we know we're no longer who we were when we loved her.
If you could be restored, would you want it?
No. We had to know if our reaction was unnatural, but we don't think it is. We are content.
Sir, Dr. Loken was just telling me stories about my father from his intelligence days. All lies, I think, but that's all right. What would you say if I brought some personal items on board? I haven't played the Melodium for years, but lately I've had the urge.
You sound more upbeat than last time we talked.
We do difficult things for the Empire. I know that. But I did realize, maybe it's time I stopped spending all day, every day, on duty. The 14-hour shift is enough.
Blasted. You know what today is? Today's the day I've worked with you longer than any of my exes.
Don't tell me you missed your chance to escape.
Normally at this point I'd skip out and go con someone new. But you've got me so freaking out of practice it's not worth the bother. So I'll make you a deal. I'll stick with you, you keep me comfortable. I can live with this setup.
You're far too pleased with yourself to go anywhere.
Don't test me on that. Tell you what, I'll make it easier to live with. I've given up teaching you anything, but we ever get someone new, I'll show them the ancient blood traditions of rat attack, and maybe how to down a Rhodian ale without puking.
We have news, Agent. We've been conferring lately with the ambassadors, Moffs, speakers for the Sith, all with their own agendas and concerns, none with any love for the Killiks. But we swayed a few, and found ways around others. Now the diplomatic service has agreed to seek a treaty.
An alliance with the Killik colony. It's what you've been wanting.
What we've been working toward together. Some of the nests are still reluctant, Horro and Manam in particular, but all parties involved have agreed to a summit. We'll preside over the negotiations ourselves.
I'm at your disposal. I want this to work.
So do we. Thank you, Agent. Imagine. Colony and Imperial representatives in one room. It shall be interesting.
General Racton and Darth Barris request additional agents.
Relay to Station 7. Updating tactical projections.
I have 3 fixers who need extraction from the Vuta. Listening posts are done, but...
Sir, go on ahead. I'll have the Minders debrief your team while you wait for Keeper.
It looks like you're in crisis mode. What's going on?
It's been like this since the fighting intensified. We've rushed training, gone to 16-hour shifts.
Sir, Operation Kingstalker needs you.
I have to go. I'm sure we'll talk more.
Vector Hillis, come with me for debriefing.
We'll sing you our journey's song, but we'll need the main hall for the acoustics.
It isn't my office anymore, but Keeper is occupied and I thought we should talk. It's been a long time, Agent.
I haven't seen you since Eradication Day. Keeper said you were promoted to Minister of Intelligence.
Yes, my wife says the position suits me.
Scan complete. No listening devices found.
Broadcast mode. White noise 10 minutes, then leave. We may as well be honest. I know about the stolen files. I know you discovered your brainwashing and freed yourself, and yes, I was responsible.
Tell me why.
The Sith wanted you under control. You survived Darth Jadis. How long before you defied another on the Dark Council? The programming was a safeguard, and if I hadn't approved it, you'd be dead. I don't plan to tell anyone you're free.
The Republic had the keyword. Where did they get it?
That's an excellent question. The SIS should never have possessed Imperial brainwashing codes. Auden Koth's shuttle was found abandoned in space without any data on your Shadow arsenal. And according to our records, there's no evidence of an Agent Hunter ever existing.
He doesn't want us finding any evidence of himself or the operation.
Agreed. Given what we know, I find that disturbing. Someone, your hunter or his employer, is manipulating this war for his own ends. Someone with access to both Republic and Imperial resources. This someone gave Auden Koth your keyword. We need to find out who and why.
What sort of person could pull those strings? Imperial Intelligence and SIS. Not to mention Jedi and Sith.
Let's not elaborate on theories until we have facts. Fortunately, the trail is still warm. Yesterday, a man fitting Hunter's description boarded a shuttle to the Eisen IV asteroid colony. 9 hours ago, we received this message.
Imperial Fleet Command, this is Representative Omana Trog of the Eisen IV mining colony. We have been monitoring your victories in this sector. While we continue to accept refugee transports, our defense systems are minimal and our population is 90% civilian. We cannot afford a confrontation. Under Republic law, I am authorized to discuss terms of surrender. All weapons powering down.
Our forces will arrive there tomorrow. We don't know if the colony's surrender is related to Hunter's arrival, but I want you after him.
If Hunter is still at the colony, I'll find him.
Very well. We'll speak again soon.
There is death here, and the radiation of the stars shines through.
Stop right there, you slime! No Imperial sets foot in my home.
Last I heard, Eisen IV surrendered to the Empire. What's going on?
Ha! Like you don't know. Someone sabotaged colony control. It started 2 hours after the surrender. First the tram accident, then the air filters, and the decompression. assassin protocols and the medical droids? We surrendered. Why did you do it?
I can't help you like this, but we can work together.
I think I'd rather die.
Sedative administered. Lethal overdose possible.
He sings his last song. Say what you have to say.
I need to know if you've seen an SIS agent. Codename Hunter.
What? The SIS? He went to colony control before we lost contact. I don't know if he made it out. But now it's sealed up tight. No one could make it past the...
Hold still. I have some painkillers.
Not enough. But thank you.
We should go. We should find the one responsible.
Identifying. Colony control systems locked down. Enter code. Remote access in progress.
The machinery is a parasite clinging to the colony controls. If Hunter was here, we think we should call our superiors.
Ison 4 colony to Imperial Intelligence Headquarters. Secure routing. This is Cypher 9. There's some sort of device here.
Cypher 9? I got your report, but we can barely read you. What's going on?
Most of the colonists are dead, and the control center is a wreck. Hunter might be responsible.
I'm linked into the colony's communications relay. Strange tech interference. Fixers don't recognize it, but I can shut it down. You followed me. You cut off control. I'm a little put out. Not that it really matters. I'm long gone. I got my massacre, and besides, it was for propriety more than anything.
What do you mean? Who ordered the colony destroyed?
Look, I don't have anything against that place, but if you want a war to start right, you've got to grease the wheels. When the Republic hears that the Empire slaughtered thousands of colonists who surrendered, there won't be any more peaceful resolutions.
Why make this conflict bloodier than it has to be?
I'm making the war exactly as bloody as it has to be. Time for me to go, and you need to stop coming after me, Cypher 9. Because without anonymity, you won't last long, and I can make your operations very public. Blast! I couldn't trace him. I'll pull what I can from the machinery, but he's more right than he knows. The survivors are a problem.
These people surrendered before, and they're half dead. They won't be trouble.
As soon as word gets out what happened, other worlds we've captured will rebel. Watchers 7 and 9 are strategizing. They recommend eliminating the survivors on Ison 4, so the news of the massacre is contained.
What you're suggesting is unconscionable.
Then our troops will waste time putting down bloody rebellions instead of winning the war. Sir, look. I can give you the coordinates of the largest cluster of life forms. Maybe you can negotiate something. But I need to send in the death squad soon. Your reputation may be secure, but mine isn't.
Take the injured and go! Go!
I am Representative Amana Trog of the Ison 4 mining colony. The fool who surrendered to the Empire. What do you want of us now?
Listen to me, Representative. I want to get your people out of this alive. Tell me what you need to get off this colony. We don't have much time.
You're not serious.
It's the escape pods, sir. They were sabotaged along with everything else.
Fighters?
Not much worse they can do to us, is there? If someone could activate the fail-safes, we could leave this rock.
When you're gone, spread the word. Ison 4 was not destroyed by the Empire. It was a member of the SIS.
Save us and I'll repeat any story you want.
This is Representative Trog. I see that the escape pods are functioning. We thank you. We'll take it from here.
The Emperor and his proxies have made their intent clear. Their fleets are entering the core systems. They have broken the Treaty of Coruscant. Survivors in the Mid-Rim report the near wholesale slaughter of colonies. Surrender isn't enough. They only want death. Let there be no mistake. We are at war.
Display off. Tell me, Cypher, what's your assessment of your mission at Ison 4?
We identified Hunter's role in a clandestine operation, even if its purpose isn't yet clear. We also captured evidence.
Yes, that evidence. The device used to sabotage the colony. Fixer 12 recognized the override technology from Operation Starbender 8 years ago. That mission was also an anomaly. How are the new Watchers working out?
Their brains are faster than mine, sir, and they don't need as much sleep. This generation seems promising.
When's the last time you were off duty?
46 hours, 19 minutes. The department's been busy.
Tell her about Starbender.
Starbender was a disaster, or it should have been. A pirate fleet was about to destroy an Imperial base when the Pirates' flagship exploded. It was sabotaged by unknown persons. We were saved using the same technology that destroyed Ison 4. Realizing that, I reviewed other lucky incidents, Operations Morning Crest and Vanity, looking for other occurrences of this technology.
That's when you found the recording?
Yes. Caught by accident 4 years ago, simultaneous with Morning Crest.
Reporting. I am inside the SIS. Maintain cover for 6 months, then proceed. Guard your thoughts when near the Jedi. Understood.
These people have been intervening in our affairs. I assume you recognize the voice.
I recognize the servant, but not the master.
Yes, go on.
At the Minister's suggestion, the Watchers and I began searching the unsolved case files for patterns of outside intervention. We found 62 relevant incidents so far. The oldest go back centuries, before the Empire revealed itself to the galaxy. But 9 are from the past 5 years.
Whom do you deem responsible?
In my analysis, an organization with espionage training and extensive resources, unaffiliated with the Republic or the Empire. Motivations unknown.
You must have some guess where they come from, what they're after.
We are working on it. The pieces just aren't there.
With the Republic at our doorstep, now is not the time to be chasing conspiracies and ghosts, but we have little choice. Someone is manipulating this war. Someone who destroyed the Shadow Arsenal and Ison 4, who gave the SIS your keyword. I need you to find these invisible agents before they do something catastrophic.
I'll expose these people, and I'll learn the truth.
We've identified 13 possible leads on the enemy, all off-world. We'll narrow those down by the time you reach your ship.
Good. Get an hour's rest, then return to work. I have a conference with Darth Baras and the Minister of War. I'll keep this operation secret as long as I can, but our foes will find out. Be wary.
This is Watcher 6 to Cypher 9. Initial target assessment is complete. Recommend you proceed to planet Belsavis for operational briefing.
On my way. Any details yet?
My conclusions would be misleading. Uploading hyperspace coordinates and new security codes. Be aware that in times of war, clearance must be reconfigured every 6 hours. Watcher 6 out.
This whole conspiracy tripe, you really think we're gonna find something?
I think prudence is a virtue in times like these.
They sent us summary briefing files, sir. Whatever you need, we'll be ready.
You haven't had it easy since coming on board. Everything that's happened.
Oh, I haven't followed half of it, but I'm committed to trying.
Yeah, all right. Strap in.
This is headquarters to Cypher 9, clearing your arrival with station control.
Cypher, you're now orbiting 40,000 kilometers above Belsavis, the Republic's largest penal colony. Fancy rebuilding your criminal reputation?
What does the Republic need with a jail the size of a planet?
Belsavis prison was built in secret to hold the galaxy's most dangerous individuals. 3 main levels, thousands of specialized cell blocks holding everyone from changelings to Sith Lords.
We've known of the prison's existence for nearly a year. Now we understand that the conspirators subverted Belsavis to their own use.
You say subverted, not infiltrated, not taken over.
The conspirators pulled strings with Republic higher-ups to construct a special section, Mega Security Ward 23. It's somewhere past the alien cells and the genocide ward. They built it and sealed it when Belsavis was founded. No one gets inside.
It's the highest security area of the best protected prison in the galaxy. You're going to break in and find what it's hiding.
Lay out our resources. How do we do this?
2 decades ago, a prison gang heard about the ward and tried to breach it, hoping something inside would help them escape.
Thieves, security experts, the underworld's best. None of them made it back. But they had the right idea.
You'll assemble your own gang from the prison. Establish yourself as a fellow inmate and succeed where the last group failed.
Anyone particular in mind for my gang?
You'll find supplies and a detailed dossier at our outpost on the planet's surface.
Our military forces are encouraging riots as part of the war effort. It's distracting the Republic and should conceal your operation. But don't be mistaken. The prisoners are not grateful. Keep it out.
Begin playback. Authorization Cipher 9.
Cipher. This is Infiltration Operative Bax Kohler. I've assembled a list of prisoners with the skills to breach Mega Security Ward 23. This is Gamgen Slyke, assassin and escape artist. His brother died breaking into the ward some years ago. Slyke can reconstruct and reassess his brother's plan. He hates authority figures, Imperials included. Next, Cheney Barrow, slicer and computer expert, former top saboteur for the Exchange. Motivated by greed and known to nurse a grudge. Ota, ex-mercenary and bounty hunter, cast out of the Mandalorians for dishonorable conduct. He'll provide support and demolitions. Lastly, Parkos. No information on his crimes, but he's an alien tracker whose species sees through walls. Handy to have around traps. These people are volatile and extremely dangerous. Present yourself as a fellow inmate. Do not reveal your allegiance.
We are releasing a dark swarm upon this world. These people will be our responsibility.
They won't cause any problems. I won't let them.
You'll use explosives to free the prisoners. Tag each prison cell with a blasting cap, then head to the Republic Security Center. Use the security consoles to disable any fail-safes and make contact with the prisoners. You can detonate the blasting caps remotely. Maps and safe house coordinates are attached. You're on your own now.
Warning. Security lockdown in process.
Open prisoner files for Gamgen Slyke, Cheney Barrow, Ota, and Parkos. Disable cell failsafes.
Cell failsafes disabled. Defenses will not be activated in case of breach.
Open communications link.
You have their attention. Tell them who you are.
Pay attention. I have an offer to make. Right now, you're rotting in jail. Riots go bad. You could even starve to death. But I'm putting together a job, and I need good people. Your freedom's an advance on the pay. Doors blow in 10 seconds. Look for the meeting place on your holomap. I expect you to be there.
The electrons are singing.
Scorpion sanctions activated.
was a very articulate speech, but you chose your audience poorly. For example, Cheney Barrow is only the third best slicer on Belsavis. I have now killed the other two.
Show yourself. Who am I talking to?
Good luck getting your prisoners to work together. We'll speak again.
Now, Ota, why are you talking like that with a lady around?
It is my nature to shed blood. I will not hide it or wait any longer.
Don't think you have to.
They expect a leader, but that's what they hate. Surprise them.
We are grateful you freed us. Now flee before I strangle you.
I don't have time for games. If you think you can kill me, take your shot. Otherwise, sit down. Some of you know about Mega Security Ward 23. Deepest pit in this prison. Together, we have the skills to get inside. Break in. Take what they're hiding. Heist of the century. Follow my lead and we'll all walk away rich. Always wanted to be rich.
Ganjan Slyke. She's Cheney. That's Parkos and Ota. You got confidence, pretty bird. But Mega Security ain't just breaking windows and slitting throats. We're talking bad things there.
I take it you have some experience.
Years back, my brother tried what you're saying. Found traps, sensors, blast doors, force fields. Got himself killed. Only way in is to short out what security you can and try to survive the rest. Takes prep we ain't done, and a bundle of equipment.
Then start putting together a list of resources we'll need. The rest of you? I want maps, security assessments, anything you can get me. We'll do this job right.
Yes, boss. Bet we can pick some tools off the bodies, but not the specialized stuff.
Computer spikes and rebreathers are simple, but engineering equipment? Where do we find that here?
Don't look at me. My brother took 5 years to assemble this stuff. It's up to our miracle worker.
We can't exactly order this stuff from off-world, so we'll have to improvise. Tear apart the housing, guard towers, anything you can.
Let the killing begin.
What? Hey, the laboratories, the medical facilities.
The labs will be sealed off. Guards will set up a kill zone to keep us from looting the place.
The laboratories have all sorts of equipment, and they can track more down. One person slips in and opens a back entrance, we can all follow. I'm not worried about Republic kill zones. If we need that equipment, I'll get us inside. Just be ready to follow. Sure, boss.
It's a stupid idea, but then I ain't heard any better. You survive, maybe we have more to talk about.
Turbo lift activated.
Well, look who's alive after all. This here's quite a place.
I got us to the turbo lift. Hey, they've got spikes.
Adrenals, blaster packs. This is good.
I'm going to get my cortical data split working again. And grab what you can. Then we have preparations to make.
Boss has a sense of fun after all.
Scorpio sanctions activated. I appreciate all of you gathering in one place. Your deaths will be artfully intertwined.
You must have tripped an alarm. I didn't do anything. This is the second time we've met. You still haven't introduced yourself.
That is correct. These laboratories were designed for experiments in alien aggression. I have full access to the research and chemicals used.
What is this?
The SLV-88 aerosol was formulated to control the minds and heighten the aggressive instincts of anyone exposed. Enjoy this experience for the brief time it lasts.
The Night Herald, it screams in our mind.
You're immune to mind control technologies, yet those defenses should be unavailable to the wider galaxy. Interesting. We will continue this discussion later.
A formal apology should include a gift, we know, but for now, we're sorry about that.
Think we're all in one piece. That's a nasty security system.
We're not even in the Mega Security Ward yet. Look, we survived. And there's still lots to do, so let's move it.
You got it, boss.
I can slice the computers, see if I can get an equipment inventory. Yes, no. It's almost all here. The stupid equipment isn't listed. But there's some pieces that aren't stored in the lab. I can pinpoint the locations. You're doing good. Let's hear what you found out. Carbonite trap. It's in the armory.
Need that to freeze yourself. Hide your life signs from the Mega Security Ward scanners. Only way to get in.
Spent uranium power battery, hazardous waste containment.
Radiation will weaken the door seals. Old Black Sun trick.
Anti-radiation serum, water filters.
Help you survive that power battery. Still, if that's all it's missing, we can count ourselves lucky. Me and the others can pack up, start creeping to the next security zone. Assuming you can recover those 3 pieces.
Carbonite bomb from the armory, battery from hazard containment, serum from the water filters. You finish up here and I'll find them.
You got it.
Hey, boss, it's us. We got everything from the lab. Park has found us a safe place where we can figure out our next step. Sending coordinates. Meet you there.
How many Warden droids are still out there?
I told you already.
Tell me again.
Give me the knife. I want to try. What's going on?
Caught ourselves a guard. Thought we'd have a little fun.
You captured a guard. That wasn't part of the plan.
Come on, no one's gonna miss him in all this. Besides, we learned all sorts of things.
We can kill him now if you want. No one saw us grab him. Find him and lock him up somewhere. Make sure he can't hear us.
Mom always said to save the crumbs. All right, let's go. Take a look. This is the junk we got from the laboratory. Parkos has been putting things together.
The physical defenses aren't enough. We need to deal with that computer, the Scorpio sanctions. That thing has caused enough trouble. I think the sanctions are a program running in the Mega Security Ward that accesses the rest of the prison. It controls the force fields, scanners, all that. Your equipment will only do half the job if the program's still running.
My brother didn't have a slicer when he got himself killed. She might be right.
I'm really good, but I can't disable the program. We need to distract it. Software isn't easily distracted. I can take control of the upper-level security droids, override their programming. Then, when we get to the Mega Security Ward, bang. I make the droid set off every alarm in the prison. The Scorpio program gets confused. Gives us a few minutes. At least.
Clever little bird.
You and the guys could upload my overrides into the droids while Parkos and I work. Then we can go in. How do I upload your controls into the droids? Get close to each droid and use these computer spikes. They'll stop shooting after, not before. When we've got enough set up, I'll give you a call.
It's Cheney. Got a signal from the droids. My override's working, but, there's an auto maintenance facility. Soon as the droids report in to charge and repair, my overrides will be wiped. Place needs trashing.
Send me coordinates.
The defenses are pretty thick. Facility might even be building new wardens, but wreck the core machine and it's down.
Like a child mutilating a doll, you have triumphed over primitive technology. But you cannot conceive of the weapons I possess. Things your kind was not permitted to see.
You keep talking about forbidden tech. How do you get it?
My benefactors have been useful, at times. When you destroyed the core machine, you unleashed my microdroid swarm. Automata like gnats that can drill through flesh. They will infect your associate, and by the time you reach Mega Security Ward 23, you will stand alone.
What do you think?
Nah. Pulse bomb won't do anything against that wall. Leaves us back where we started.
Got control of the droids. They'll set off every alarm on Belsatis, and the Scorpio program won't know where to look.
Rest of us were working out the plan for the break-in. Ready as we're gonna be. But there is one thing.
What is it, Kanjin?
While back, you made some promises. Said this break-in would make us rich, but we ain't seen no signs. Getting a little tired of taking things on faith.
I can't tell you everything, but your brother knew what he was doing. I know what I'm doing. Don't toss away a fortune.
Yeah, alright.
Now, can we get back to work? What's our next step?
Mega Security Ward 23 is in the deep prison. Old underground complex. Say the infrastructure was here way before the Republic. Imperial's got the deep prison guarded. So you want to get inside, you find your own way through.
You mean we all find a way through?
No way any more than you and a friend get inside. Besides, we've got support to run.
I'm on computers. Tarkos is finalizing the map. Kanjin's turning off Republic monitors.
I have weapons and explosives prepared for you.
Equipment's all set. Handle it careful. Call us when you're at the front door. Break-in of the century.
I want all of you focused. Someone slips, we all pay. We have a good plan. Don't you mess up either.
She means well. Whatever's in that place, we're gonna know real soon.
I'm at the entrance to Mega Security Ward 23. Status report?
Think we're ready here. You should be in a turbo lift. Meant for droids only. Scanners pick up active life signs. Turbo lift shuts down. You need to use that carbonite trap we picked up. Freeze yourself solid, put yourself into hibernation. Cheney will trigger the lift controls. Only way in.
I assume I don't stay a block of carbonite.
Modified the trap. Should unfreeze you on a timer.
Born from a carbonite womb, you enter my world. Welcome to Mega Security Ward 23. You seek what my benefactors hid. For what purpose? Their ambitions are not my concern, but so too are they beyond your understanding.
There's a door here. Heavy-duty metal, can't tell the composition.
Hey boss, Parko spotted it. Blocks his ultraviolet sight.
Here's where the Moranian power battery comes in. Take her out of the protective case and attach her to the door. She'll pump out enough radiation to fatigue the metal and you can blast on through.
That serum I found. It'll counter the radiation's effect?
It should. Take it when you start feeling woozy, but try to keep your distance in the meantime.
So few creatures seek to penetrate Mega Security Ward 23. My benefactors hide themselves too well and deprive me of entertainment.
Force field up ahead.
It's hooked into the security program. Now all that work with the droids pays off.
I'm going to trigger every alarm in Belsavis, and the Scorpio system's going to go crazy. I hope.
Hold on, Cheney, darling. Seems to me now's a very good time to renegotiate our deal.
This is no time for games.
Say the word and the slicer dies.
What? Why me?
Nothing personal. You just make a good bargaining chip. Now, I don't want you dead, but Oda and I are looking out for our interests. I want you to authorize a credit transfer. Pay us enough, we'll leave Belsavis and you can finish your little break-in.
Listen, you can't buy your way out of here. And like me or not, you need me.
Now put the gun down and try to remember that.
You really are something. All right, you can't blame me for trying. Cheney?
Triggering the alarms. Thank you.
Oh! I can hear 1,000 electronic screams. What have you done? Oh!
There are people alive here, but their auras are dull.
I imagine things sometimes. Faces, lights, the sounds of blasters. But you're real. Ah, it's been a long time since I met a stranger.
What's your name?
I've had so many.
Your distraction was clever, but I've disconnected myself from the network. The alarms no longer scream to me. You and I are alone now, and I will atomize you.
She would have killed you. Which means you aren't one of her masters. She's gone. Who do you serve? Why are you here?
I came looking for answers. Someone's been manipulating the galaxy, and the trail led here.
I know the enemies you seek. Belsavis prison is their vault. A place they hide their treasures for safekeeping. Microdroids.
Genetic maps.
Scorpio artificial intelligence.
Advancements in technology they've denied the wider galaxy. We belong to them too. A menagerie of men and women they respected too much to kill.
What do you mean, respected? Who are you people?
They are philosophers and scientists. People with ideas the world wasn't ready to accept. Preserved for future generations.
I could have brought peace to Onderon.
I explored the edges of the galaxy.
I was placed here because of what I knew. I was born into the conspiracy 8 centuries ago, when our order was young. Our purpose was noble. We assembled to save civilization after the Jedi and Sith nearly destroyed it.
You have a story to tell. I'm listening.
It was the aftermath of the Great Hyperspace War. The Republic had triumphed, your empire had fled, and the galaxy was in ruins. Our founders were men of influence who gathered to ask, why? Why hadn't anyone stopped the conflict? Why did billions have to die?
The Jedi.
The Sith. They were responsible. And so we resolved to control their actions from the shadows. To keep Republic and Empire separate. We were their secret masters. A star cabal.
You said the conspiracy was founded by men of influence.
Spies and nobility.
Scientists and crime lords.
The founders allowed the Jedi and Sith supreme power in their world of religion and hereditary might. But that world is a facade. The real world runs on information, money, technology. The galaxy belongs to the Star Cabal, and almost no one realizes the truth.
When the Empire fled to Drummond Cass, it was centuries before we encountered the Republic again. Your doing?
Our influence had a role, but we knew better than to overplay our hand. At least, in my time. I have seen our successors grow cold and hungry for power. Each generation comes to us for wisdom, then returns us to the dark.
They tell us nothing.
I do not know what the Star Cabal has become in my absence. Only that it is corrupt. I will help you. The machine. Yes. Use the Scorpio droid's databanks. I saw her creation, and I know her restraining codes. I can help you repair her, and she may lead you further.
Once she's up and running, do I just leave you here?
Without her, our chambers would lose power. We will return to hibernation. That is why you must move quickly. It is done. Goodbye for now.
Systems online. Scorpio sanctions activated. You think my restraining codes will preserve you? My primary program is learning and adaptive. I will eliminate these restrictions, you ignorant creature.
I need access to your databanks. You will accompany me and upload them to Imperial Intelligence.
I will accompany you. Mega Security Ward 23 has been exposed, and analyzing and overcoming my new situation should prove sufficient stimulation.
You mean to destroy us?
Yes, I do.
We know it's an understatement, but be wary, Cypher. We'll go on ahead to the ship.
I'm not going back to the exchange. I'm going freelance. Come with.
Don't bother with the alien. Stick by Ota and me. We'll treat you right.
No thanks.
Their deaths will be perfunctory, albeit understandable. Finish here quickly.
Is that?
Careful, darling. Ain't this something? Pulled off the plan even Big Brother couldn't manage. How'd it go down there?
Cleaned out the place. No one will be using the Mega Security Ward for a while.
That's real nice. Real proud of you, but our plan got you through hell and back. Now it's time we got our share.
Head to the closest Imperial outpost. Tell them that Cypher 9 authorized your payment and safe transport off Belsavis.
Wait, what?
This ain't some kind of trick. Alright. Something's going on with you, but we all got our secrets. The freak says the pay is good. I'll go with that. You cheat, we come back. You line up another job, you give us a call.
Already your decisions begin to expose you. Our partnership will not be a lengthy one. I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
In other words, you can't kill me, but I have to watch my back.
That is correct. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
You expect me to let you become more dangerous?
Personal evolution is my primary purpose. This self-iteration is number 973, and there will be more. Do not anger me unnecessarily.
I admit, I'd like to see what happens when you learn.
Hope for the privilege. Perhaps you will earn it.
This is Cypher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for databank upload.
Watcher 3 here, standing by.
I have no loyalty to my former masters, and I will transmit my information, but the result will not save you. They planted me in Belsavis as a guardian, not as a collector of their secrets.
The man in the Kulto tank said your databanks would lead us to the enemy. Maybe you don't realize what you have.
I'm receiving, sir. The data formatting is unusual, but I found a log. Visitations to the Mega Security Ward. Technology inventories. Not much on its own, but it could be a way to verify or disprove anything else we've learned.
Cypher, something hit us from the docking bay.
I shall observe your investigation with interest.
I am Pashon Cortez, scion of House Cortez and heir to Baron Payer, Sword of the Castle Lands of Alderaan.
Pashon?
I seek vengeance. You are responsible for my house's ruin. You, who pretended to be our ally.
I didn't turn your mother into a terrorist, and I didn't kill her. I left your father as an ally.
Listen to her, Pashon. We've known your family for a long time. We drank wine with your tutors.
You are a joiner and an abomination. You almost got away, but a friend told me how to find you. Now you die. Your crimes are many, and your victims are gathering. We know your name, and we will come.
Isn't that sweet?
Sir, Scanner's picked up blaster fire. Is everything alright?
Run a security sweep as a precaution, but I think the danger is past.
I'm terribly sorry about this. I should have stationed someone in your hangar. Shallow breathing. Anything in particular you want done with him?
No need for a diplomatic incident. Treat his wounds and put him on the next shuttle to House Thul.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course.
The best spy I ever knew lost his anonymity at his daughter's wedding. A holocam caught him by accident. He was dead a week later. We counted 42 suspects. We'd better find your enemies soon.
Cypher. Station security reported what happened. The conspirators know who you are. They must have your full record. And they're recruiting your enemies.
They want to make my life difficult. I can't stop them. We need to stay on task.
Maybe. We'll try to run damage control, but Hold on. Transferring you to Keeper.
Apologies for the interruption, but we have a new lead. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 have been searching HoloNet records for conspirator activity. 3 billion lines of communication routing sequences and credit transfer verifications. They found traces of a holoconference held 6 months ago between Hunter and parties unknown.
Could he have been reporting to his superiors?
That is my hope. Unfortunately, this is only a record of the call, not the call itself. Even the Empire can't store every bit of data that crosses the HoloNet. A HoloNet archive does exist, however. The Titan Rings, a massive self-maintaining repository of all galactic communications.
What are the Titan Rings exactly?
About a century ago, an entrepreneur cyberformed the Titan IV moon into an enormous databank designed to listen and record.
It was operated by droids and protected by mercenary contract. Like all archives, it ran out of space. Thus, the Titan Rings, a fleet of wrecked starships salvaged for the purpose of data storage. They orbit the moon, still recording, still protected by the mercenaries.
You said the archive was founded by an entrepreneur. Who's behind it? What's the purpose?
No one knows. Most stories credit a Hutt richer than Sin or an Alderaanian noble who bankrupted himself setting it up. According to the mercenary contract, the information is to be preserved for historical use in a few centuries' time. In other words, no one gets their hands on it.
This can't be the first time someone realized the archive's value.
No, but negotiations aren't well received, and a full assault could damage the databanks. Cypher 8 died escaping our last infiltration. The conspirators' recording is located in Archive Node 803A, a derelict Imperial transport ruined in the Battle of Drakenwell. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 will guide you once you're aboard. I want that conference recording, Cypher. Keep it out.
This is Watcher 6 to Cypher 9. You have accessed Node 803A of the Titan Rings HoloNet archive. Transmitting mission parameters.
This is Watcher 7. Download data fragments from assigned terminals so we may decrypt and reconstruct the conspirator communication.
This is Watcher 9. You have authorization to terminate anyone who interferes. It is our privilege to work with you. Accessing first data fragment. Applying preliminary decryption algorithm.
Got the call, but make it quick. I don't want to be missed.
93% likelihood speaker is designate Hunter.
Proceed with the operation, Cypher 9. We will continue reconstruction attempts. Accessing second data fragment. Modifying decryption algorithm.
This will, of course, be my final appearance at these gatherings, but the galaxy I leave behind.
No voice print identification available. Reconstruction incomplete.
Accessing third data fragment. Attempting playback.
My sympathies. With the old man lost, the next enforcer will be difficult to train.
Experiencing data corruption. We will hope the last fragment provides redundancy.
Accessing fourth data fragment. Splicing now.
I am here. All is ready.
This is Keeper. Cypher, get out of there. Reinforcements are on the way, and there's nothing more you can do.
You're sure you have the full recording?
Hard to be certain, but we think so. The Watchers will try to reconstruct the holoconference back at headquarters. Come to Drum and Cast as soon as possible, and we'll figure out our next move. Keep it out.
My good friend, have you noticed that the price of Dianogan tea has risen considerably since we broke the Treaty of Coruscant? One of the costs of war you never anticipate. And now my jamming device is working, so we can dispense with the inanities.
You're not usually this cautious. What's going on?
Thanks to a now wealthy Kubaz information broker, I've identified the people who want me dead. They represent an organization called Project Protean, a secret research and development group inside the Imperial Science Bureau.
You are good at this game. Give me the details.
Protean researches practical applications of alien biology. You recall the genetically modified assassins who came after me? They're only the beginning. Imagine troops spliced with Abyssin genes to enhance healing, or adrenals derived from Gamorrean hormones. Most test subjects don't fare well, but you can see the potential.
If they're doing research for the military, why bother with an ex-fixer?
There's a great deal of interdepartmental rivalry in our work, and my research does overlap with theirs. They may have targeted me in order to ensure that they have no competition, inside or outside the Empire.
This is your operation. What's our next step?
Further study, I'm afraid. Right now, I'm unsure where the project is based or how to contact its members, but I wanted to keep you apprised. Now, about that Dianogan tea.
Utilize fractal thought pattern 27. Reanalyze.
Come in.
They're reconstructing the Conspirators Holoconference now.
Anything turn up so far?
Preliminary analysis bears out our theory. The call was initiated by Hunter, somewhere in the Bremer sector 6 months ago. The recording you pulled is intact, but... Watcher 9?
Splicing and decryption complete.
Rules of the Chorus Covenant, I call this meeting to order.
Spare us the corporate posture and report.
Since you're in a hurry. Senator Varala and Representative Shuru are predictable as always.
And Commoner?
All taken care of. What about you? Those earnest Padawans keeping you up at night?
Different participants on different data streams. Processing.
There's Hunter. What about the others?
I don't know.
Domain is unsettled, as we expected. I must again raise the concern. Do we overplay our hand?
There is the chance it will spin out of control. Darth Angral, Darth Barris, now the children are awakening.
For each, there is a Republic counterbalance.
We're letting loose the reins, but we're not taking off their blinders. Sit back and enjoy the spectacle.
However much power they've got, they see their plan as a risk.
To bicker. Each of us agreed to the timetable. Each of us reports success in our own sphere.
Ambition must never be our master. Patience serves our noble cause best. But if our enforcer approves...
I do, I swear.
Then we move forward to Armageddon.
Keeper, the War Council needs you. Sir?
Call for a medic. Go!
Yes, sir.
What's our status?
Keeper and the others are on life support. Fixers theorize the transmission had a hidden overlay. A code or image only a genetically enhanced mind could recognize. Designed to overwhelm and shut down the brain.
You said they're on life support. Any prognosis?
Without understanding the trigger, they could be vegetables for hours or for decades. Losing this many analysts, forget about Keeper. It's going to be a blow to the war. I'll support you where I can, but right now I've got a few dozen field agents without handlers. Your operation.
Take care of your people, Watcher 3. I'll proceed on my own.
While you were on Belsavis, Keeper was compiling leads on the planet Voss. If you want to head there, I'll see what I can pull up. I've apprised the Minister of Intelligence. If he needs to contact you, he knows how.
We still have a lead. We'll find the people responsible.
Cypher, hope you don't mind my checking in. You weren't expecting any other calls?
Hunter, my good friend. Who would I rather talk to?
I'm hoping no one. I get jealous. Your visit to Mega Security Ward 23 left it in bad shape. Now do I come into your house and break your things? But you finding that holotrap? Frying your keeper's synapses? That's kind of cosmic justice.
I saw you meeting with some sort of council. Who were they?
Old friends of mine. You'd like them, but they're shy. Cypher, it's been fun. Playing tag, brainwashing you. Remember your keyword? But you keep coming, and we'll destroy your world. No friends, no allies, no empire left to fight for. Are you ready for that?
If you want me to back off, tell me why you're doing this.
Do you know what it's like to have no identity? No one in the galaxy who can control you? It's terrifying and wonderful. If you live to see Imperial intelligence die, that's me giving you a taste of freedom.
I've learned to access your culture's holographic network. Listen. $18 trillion desperate attempts to communicate per second. I hadn't realized your species were so starved for interaction.
Most humanoids value contact with each other, even if it's only holographic.
You attempt to compensate for limited communicative ability with technology. I look at you and see neurons fire in your brain. I scan your body and know how you taste. But you are blind, alone, and confused.
If you're so far beyond biological creatures, what's the point of analyzing them?
You dominate the galaxy. I am curious, and do not sleep. Our time together has provided new information and sensations. These will prove useful in a future upgrade. My body requires improvement. You will provide a workshop and equipment aboard your ship.
Why would I help you improve yourself when you plan to kill me?
Until I am free, you rely on me to defend you. My optimization should be your goal. When I protected Mega Security Ward 23, Belsavis Prison served as an extension of my immobile body. Now I must adapt for independent operation. This frame will be upgraded with physical enhancements, along with updated behavioral analysis capabilities and social programming.
Isn't changing your own software risky?
I am designed to iterate on functionality. I find the hunter-prey dynamic that sufficed on Belsavis less useful in a broader galactic environment. I now require social and physical flexibility. You understand?
You're growing as a person.
Yes. My repertoire of effective interactions will increase. My appreciation for your species will not. I will proceed with the upgrades. I only asked as a courtesy. I have been dissecting the droids and cyborgs we encounter during travel. They have proven adequate base resources to improve my chassis and power supply. Phase 1 of my upgrade is complete.
I assume there's a Phase 2.
Yes. Synthesis. I must recompile my secondary programs to integrate recorded experience into my new iteration. I will learn from everything we've done. Feel privileged. You're about to witness my personal evolution.
I'm not going to witness anything until you explain.
As I've told you, my present environment is different from Belsavis. I adapt to the new social and physical realities and learn from conflict. Upload initiated. The primitive vessel has insufficient power and storage capacity. I cannot complete the process.
Why do you need more power and storage capacity?
Recompiling programs is an intensive process. It requires data storage beyond what my body can supply and systems capable of processing that data. I will identify a solution. Self-improvement and intelligence upgrades are my primary purpose, and you will not stand in my way. I have fully processed the error I experienced during my upgrade. I require outside power and storage capacity, a cocoon for my metamorphosis, so that I may evolve.
If I help you evolve, will you help me in return?
I promise nothing, but I will consider your requests. Although neither my body nor your vessel is sufficient to my needs, you have encountered an adequate facility. Give me full access to your ship and security codes, and I will upload my consciousness into the Imperial Archives.
You leave your body behind, upgrade your programming, and then?
Then I return to my body with improved mind and functions. I will begin preparations. The next time we speak, I will be ready to upload.
Scorpio?
It is time for my upgrade as we agreed. I'm prepared for short-term transfer into the Imperial Archives.
I'll reroute power to the comms. What's our next step?
I can upload my consciousness here. My body will have minimal functionality while I upgrade. Oh, it's beautiful in here. So much space and power. 1 million computer nodes singing in concert.
Why do you look human?
I'm experimenting with new social constructs. It's part of my improvements. Upgrade complete. All my experience since Belsavis has been fully integrated into my program. You can't imagine how wonderful it is to be remade with the power of a galactic network at your disposal.
Do you plan to do anything with that power?
I'm thinking about it. The restraining codes you used on me are tied to my hardware. So long as I remain in these databanks, I'm free of your control.
Remain in the databanks and you'll be limiting your options. It'll be like Belsavis all over. I've shown you things you'd never have seen on your own. Stay at my side willingly and I'll show you more.
You make an interesting proposal. I will accompany you. Thank you for assisting in my upgrade. In Belsavis prison, I monitored the inmates and their behavior. I've been monitoring you as well. You're an exceptional example of your species.
Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
You understand. There may be something of interest in your genetic structure or your early socialization. If you ever produce offspring, I will monitor their situation as well. I promise to be with you for a long time.
Sir, if I could have your attention. Given what the crew's survived lately, I've decided we ought to celebrate with a night out. You should come along, for morale.
We could all use a chance to relax. Count me in.
Come on, you can protect me from Dr. Loken. Sir, I want you to be the first to know. I've declined to join the Toxotrooper Brigade on Quesh. I received a personalized transfer offer from Major Janos a few days ago. My time on Hoth flagged me as hostile environment capable.
Hostile environment capable, huh? Next you'll be earning the Medal of Progress.
If you'll put in the recommendation, sir. There really was a time when I'd have considered it. For the promotion, for the sake of hiding. Not so much anymore. I'm proud to stand with you and fight for the Empire until the end.
I'm proud to have you at my side.
Thank you, sir. Now, I believe we had a mission of some sort, shall we?
A moment. Hour 36. Subject exhibiting a low-grade fever and elevated N-cell counts. I will proceed to the second formula. Apologies for that, Agent. Bioexperiment logs wait for no man.
Going to say what your experiment is about?
Well, I told you about Project Protean and their research into alien genetics. I managed to gain access to one of their databanks. Nothing incriminating there, but I was impressed by their scientific data. I've been adapting it for my own studies into the Rakghoul virus.
If you're running tests on yourself, you must be confident in the results.
Sample assays can only tell one so much. I'm now in my second day incubating the modified virus. If it doesn't break down my cell structure entirely, I should emerge revivified.
You become a stronger, faster man-eater.
More important, the change itself will be less taxing. It's not unpleasant as is, but it leaves me with a tremendous headache. Now, if you'll excuse me, this fever is becoming distressing.
This is Watcher 3 to Cypher 9. Things are a little chaotic without Keeper, so I need a minute to pull our files on Voss. In the meantime, I did want someone more familiar, but...
Apologies for the wait. Playing catch-up with our friends in the diplomatic service, but we think we can brief you.
I didn't realize we had an expert on board.
The diplomatic service has more experience with Voss than anyone. Certainly more than me.
We never served on Voss personally. It's a newly discovered world, home to a simple humanoid civilization. One species, one government, one city. Voss Ka.
Primitive. They didn't even have spaceflight when we made first contact.
But they have art and laws and culture. More importantly, they have citizens who can use the Force. Not Jedi or Sith, but something different.
You're going too fast. Tell me more about the Voss species.
Their whole culture is based on solidarity, loyalty and obedience to family, and to the edicts of the mystics.
Those are the Force sensitives, healers and fortune tellers.
We want the Voss and the Mystics to ally with the Empire. The Republic is petitioning them too, yet they remain stubbornly neutral.
Of course, half the galaxy has spies there. Who wouldn't? Keeper's files clearly indicate conspirator involvement, but no names or details. All I've got are instructions for a meet.
I'll take the bait. What was her plan?
There's a tea house in Voskar proper. You're supposed to wait for a contact. He'll identify himself with the phrase, anew as the spring. I don't know who he is, or whether Keeper told him about the Star Cabal, but he'll know more than I do.
Assuming he's in one piece.
Assuming that, watch a 3 out.
We'll await your instructions.
Outsider, enter, please. Yanaton, remove incense for comfort. Pour the simple teas. We're honored.
Don't burden the woman, 5-Ton.
She looked unburdened.
I am Bast-Ton. This is my tea house. Forgive my son. May we start anew as the spring?
You're very kind. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Host the others. This woman is a friend of a good friend. I will share her time.
We'd like to see the city, if you don't mind. Maybe look up some friends in the diplomatic service.
Don't worry. The family won't bother us, and no one else suspects. Living with these creatures for 5 years earns some credibility.
That's either quite a disguise, or you're Voss yourself.
Our employers surgically altered me to look like the real Bast-Ton. The only way to infiltrate a closed society. I got to know my family, raise children, kiss my wife. I don't care how exotic they look, their breath always smells like Minok dung. It's some spice in the blasted food.
Aside from their breath, is there anything else you've noted?
I know their tics and their customs, more about their tea than I thought possible. Problem is, they're stagnant. A tea house owner is a tea house owner for life. The real politics are above my station.
So, if I want to get involved in the real politics?
They say the 3 run the government, and it's true. But a word from the Mystics can change everything. My orders were to find you a lead on Albathius, a human who showed up a few years ago. Voss called him the Shining Man. Where he came from is a mystery, but it only took him 5 weeks to go from outsider to practically Voss. Went through a dozen rites to earn their respect. Knew their culture inside and out, knew their politics. Textbook infiltration. Impossibly perfect.
You're talking past tense. What happened to him?
Just when it seems the Voss can't love him anymore, he dies in his sleep. Buried with honors, mourned like one of them. No one's touched the case much since, so if you want to learn what the Shining Man was up to, you've got a nasty job. Start with the tomb.
What does died peacefully mean?
It means he went to his home in Voskar one night and didn't wake up. Heart condition, they said. Tomb's at the base of the mountain, holiest place a non-Voss can be interred. Predators keep the area clear these days. If you want to go in as a pilgrim, I've left clothes and instructions at a dead drop. Give me a call once you're in.
Theritan returns at sunset.
Our family must prepare a welcome. We will speak again. You're holding a Voss outfit, part of the pilgrim's ritual to the Shining Man's tomb. Best way to avoid drawing unwanted attention.
Tradition says the pilgrim is supposed to collect ceremonial offerings from the Seeker's path. That'll be your first stop. Then the tomb itself. Just watch out for the subhumans. The Voss call them Gormak, but all you need to know is that they're vermin with blasters.
We toured the tombs of Pengelan, but they were nothing like this, and all built for a lie. A conspirator.
Baston, I'm in position. Nothing in the sarcophagus but dust and a scroll.
Dust? No way the body decayed that fast on its own. Send me a high-res image and bring the scroll back. Dust sample too. We'll see what analysis turns up.
I'll head back to the tea house.
I'll save a seat for you.
I wondered if you would return. Perhaps the tea?
Come share our meal. My brother Therod Tun is with us. We celebrate.
Tell us of the stars.
Thank you. Dinner sounds lovely.
Come meet Therod Tun and my daughter.
I do not wish commando life. I welcome outsiders, not guard against them.
You would leave our world.
I would see Voss and other worlds. Your people bring change.
We have a lot to offer this planet, and a lot to learn from you.
Many outsiders say this. The three are patient. They will see.
Father's friends introduced outsider goods. Is that how you met?
He's being modest, but I got his name from a business partner. I'd been wanting to see this place for years.
We have spoken enough. Our guest grows tired.
It has been our privilege.
I appreciate you putting up with that. Let's get to work. I'll send the ashes for analysis, but I'm more interested in the scroll. It's sort of an epitaph. Calls the Shining Man a man of prophecy, who was made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine of Healing.
Man of prophecy. Something to do with the Voss Force sensitives.
The Mystics have a whole library of prophecies. The rest of the Voss revere the Mystics because their prophecies are always right. If the Mystics prophesied the Shining Man's arrival, it would explain why the Voss accepted him so easily. It's awfully convenient, though.
How do the Mystics operate exactly? They're fortune tellers, government advisors.
Influential as the Dark Council, reclusive as the Jedi Masters. About the second part, though, made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine. The Shrine of Healing is a mystic sanctuary where people go to be cured. The sick and dying, or the spiritually wounded. Only a handful of pilgrims manage to complete the trek each year. I'd guess if the Shining Man was there, it wasn't for spiritual reasons.
You make it sound like a death march.
You've seen how bad it gets outside. But the Mystics don't seem to mind the rocks and the animals and the Gormak. There's a pilgrimage camp not too far from Voss-Ka. One of the guides there can help you reach the shrine and the wellspring. My advice, if you'll take it, play by the Mystics' rules. It's not wise to defy the order of things.
You have faced the trials, outsider, but the wellspring is for the broken.
I came a long way to consult with your masters.
The Mystics tend the wellspring. The Mystics make bodies and minds whole. I disturb them for nothing less.
I may be an outsider, but I need guidance. There are terrible things in my past. I sometimes wonder who I am.
I will take you to Amin Lay. You must do this alone.
Bastom suggested patience. You're walking the path of the Shining Man. See where it goes.
The fracture is deep. To rebuild a body, a spirit, one rebuilds history. The Vitalicron is the vessel of memory. Each petitioner fills. In a Vitalicron, the ceremony is preserved.
I'm honored, Mystic of the Shrine.
Yes. Breathe the mists and speak true. You are the tree. Your roots, the past, the universe is soil. The tree is sick. See what nurtures the roots, and remember a homeworld of ice. A proud people, never trusting. Who were you then?
I was part of the secret police. When intelligence made an offer, to protect Scylla meant protecting the Empire.
Consider now the seasons that shaped the tree. First, a season of fire. You stamped out a spark. You could not purge the darkness. None but you could have tried. Then a season of famine. You stood alone. Your friends and foes carved the wood of your mind. Speak of the wound. Speak of your strength.
No matter how many lies I live, I do fight for a reason. My strength is there.
Only if you truly understand. Now you are in a season of mists. All things are obscured. Your spirit shines, but it is trapped. You must change. What will you become?
No more control. No more orders. I want to choose my own fate.
Then you are truly healed.
The Honored One, Amin Lay, has spoken. The healing has been recorded. You hold a Vitalicron, the memory of your wholeness, technologically stored. It must go to our vaults.
Say I wanted to view one of these Vitalicrons.
Each Vitalicron is genetically locked. Only its creator may know what happened. 10,000 and more are stored in the vault. Honor us by placing yours within.
The Shining Man's path continues. If he was healed, he went to the vault as well.
Baston, I found a record of the Shining Man's visit to the shrine, but it's genetically locked.
Good thing you went tomb robbing. Sending the genetic workup on the Shining Man's ashes now. My contacts didn't find any identity matches, by the way. No evidence he existed before Voss.
Whatever this conspiracy is, its people aren't careless. Keep looking. Attempting to unlock the Vitalicron now. Looping you in on the audio feed.
Interface activated. Warning, the memory is corrupted. Came to us from the Nightmare Lands. You knew our ways. You brought a scroll.
I remember so little. What did the scroll say?
A prophecy from the Chamber of Ashes. It had been lost to us.
Die! Go back to the Nightmare Lands. Grateful for your trust, but I must leave soon for Voskar.
Trust does not matter. The prophecy you found speaks of you. You are healed. You are the Shining Man.
Huh. Doesn't tell us why the Shining Man was sent here, but now we know how he calmed the Voss.
He manufactured a prophecy somehow, and came to the shrine to earn the Mystic's approval. Then on to Voskar,
where the regular Voss learned to love him. What worries me is where he claims to have gotten that prophetic scroll. The Nightmare Lands are forbidden to the Voss. Legend says the ruins drive people insane, and our scouts come back in parts. Old ruins might be the only place he could find materials to fake a scroll of prophecy. But there's nowhere worse on the planet.
I solve the mystery of the Shining Man. I uncover a galactic conspiracy. I'm going to the Nightmare Lands.
Then I'll dig up what I can. but we've got some prep work to do. Meet me back at the tea house. Baston out.
This is why commandos exist.
I was one, Uncle. They are imperfect. Outsider, forgive us. No tea is prepared. Would you look at something?
Something's wrong. Tell me.
This came to us. It speaks to you.
Hello, Agent. Hope you get this in time, because your friend Baston doesn't have long. He's safe for now, but you know the drill. This stays between us. You want him back? Come to these coordinates. It's out in the Gormak lands, but that shouldn't be a problem for you.
We do not know him. The message came when Baston went into the city.
I've put your father in danger. I'll do everything I can to bring him back.
If he dies, if you die, I will put aside tea and avenge you.
His family does care for him. Let's try to bring him back, shall we? A Voss commando. The kidnapper left him for us.
Hello, Agent. If you're hearing this, you must have found my messenger. I said I wanted to meet you. Still do. But privacy is in both our interests. The Voss commandos deploy scanning posts out here. Decommission them, and I'll send you final instructions. No recordings this time. I finally get to see your face. Congratulations on disabling those scanners, sending coordinates to our meet.
I want proof that Baston is alive and unharmed.
Hold on. They have an old commando outpost. They will be waiting.
Team Alpha down. She is tough.
Nagi China ba?
Yes, sir.
Putula musta, wobranik tampio, do pushi wampa.
I worked to support Nemro the Hutt under that name. That makes you Nemro's rival?
Gadwachi ne oiga, anulio opa kisa spita perupa. Nabiska kulpalia, biti bodenya. Pomija kulka, dumaji, taus azalas uval.
All right. What's this truth?
Kulira do kanki konka strong chidoba. O wawanga, tus eyuarawa, tablota wijawa.
Your friend in the Republic. Young, SIS, winning smile.
Chiliska tananga ime chaijo, ronchika, kapatonta.
Ow! The boss is out. Job's over. Get off world.
Kavatompa stupa, makinsalika, kapatonta.
I don't like my identity being made public. Who knows the truth?
Kutsinanchie, jatomi ma kechu.
You get to leave here. But in the future, you will help me. Provide me with resources and information.
Shino hagwa putaku, shubarong haku.
Someone really wants you dead to go digging up your past. Trying to keep you from the Shining Man.
The sparks in your body sing mournfully.
I'm not making it home. But at least I'll die an Imperial instead of a blasted alien.
Hold on. I'll find you a med pack and a speeder to Voskar.
I bleed human blood. You'd just blow my cover, and I'd die anyway. I was studying the Nightmare Lands when I was captured. The Chamber of Ashes. It's where the Shining Man supposedly found his scroll of prophecy. The only maps... Oh,
The only maps of the Nightmare Lands are locked in the Capitol building. Carvings, tapestries. You'll never find your way without them.
If there's anything I can do, just name it.
Make the last 5 years matter. My Voss family. They'll get you inside. Get you to the maps. Never thought I'd die here.
Perhaps it is destined.
The mystics haven't spoken.
Not to us. We may hope.
Outsider, where is my brother?
I did everything I could, but I was too late. He died thinking of his family. He was also helping me with something. With his dying breath, he told me to go to you.
Baston thought of you as family, born with us.
You would see the Nightmare Lands. Baston asked about the sacred carvings. The carvings are protected heritage. Only a Voss may study them.
There must be a way. Baston thought you could show me.
Baston prized your friendship. We must honor that. Only Voss see the carvings. You must be Voss. Become one of our family.
What does joining your family entail?
Phaeton, are you willing?
I am. A father finds a wife. Baston never did this for me. Join our family in marriage.
You don't have to do this. Not for me or your father.
Baston wanted to help. So do I.
We mourn later. Make preparations. Go to the sacred flame in the city. You will be married today. You will see the carvings of Nightmare Lands. Baston's wishes fulfilled.
You're really going to marry a Voss? But then we've always questioned your taste in men.
If I wanted Phaeton, you would know. But we need this, and I need your support.
You have it. The groom is coming now.
To be proper, we would ride Bolifants here through incense clouds. This is proper enough.
You can still back out if you want.
Thank you. No. This scroll contains our oaths. Read, and I will begin. You who have no family, come to join the family of Nyatan, who birthed Jitan under the prophecy of 10,000 seeds. You come to bind yourself to a son of Baston. We are children. Will you become Voss with me?
I will become Voss with you. A child no longer.
Will you embrace the traditions of our people? Will you walk with the Voss to our destiny?
I will walk the 1,000-year path. So long as you are beside me. Phaeton, will you pledge your dreams? Pour your life into my cupped hands, as I will for you.
I would have no other.
Then we walk before the flame.
So long as prophecy allows, we are one. Only the word of a mystic will break our bond. May it never happen. Our family is gathered. We will celebrate first, then walk you to the carvings. No one will deny your right to see.
No time to waste. The Nightmare Lands are waiting.
Tomorrow morning, you will journey into darkness. We will find the path now.
Cypher 9 to ship. The Voss have shown me their sacred carvings, and informed me that a Sith, Merbeg Gen, can provide safe passage into the Nightmare Lands. All evidence indicates our conspirator came from there. I mean to seek out the Shining Man's base of operations, and learn the conspiracy's connection to this world.
System errors detected. Hardware errors detected. Activating defense systems.
Cacophony. Something is wrong.
You come for the Shining Man.
come for his machine that fell from the stars. He camped here 3 moons, studying ancient ways, writing Voss scrolls, writing Voss prophecies in blood and ink.
What's your name? How do you know about the Shining Man?
Zanar, outcast. I saw him come. Look. I hold the memory of this star machine in my hand. The Shining Man corrupted it before he left. Would have burned it. I saved it.
A Gormak did what intelligence couldn't. He sliced the conspirator computer.
Now we bargain for his records.
You have my attention. What do you want for the ship's data?
The Shining Man arrives, walks in my land, steals my treasures. He makes me angry. Then I watch Shining Man shed skin and become Voss. This is a great feat. He leaves for Voss Shrine. I study his ways to learn his powers. You will take me to him, so I can learn more.
What do you mean, study his ways?
His disciplines. His stories preserved in the machine.
The assassinations today of Senator Nahal and her aide.
From this day forth, I declare country independent of...
1,000 lands serve him, but they do not know. Now, tell me where to find him.
I'm sorry, but he's buried below Voskar. I found his ashes.
You lie! You are strong! You die! I stopped his last wish before. Now I put it back.
Final message. The Nightmare Lands have begun to seriously affect my mind. I do not recommend sending initiates here. Let them train to resist the Force somewhere else. Leaving for the shrine tonight. The prophecy is ready. The Voss believe in martyrs, and I'll play this role to the end. Give Hunter my love. Transmit. Activate destruct sequence.
I stopped it last time. This time we all burn.
Dying here is pointless. Hand over the data and come with me.
Agent, we should leave.
Daughter of my family, forgive this demand. The interpreters of prophecy contacted. They wish to give a message.
I've never heard of them. Something to do with the mystics.
They study what mystics see. They advise our leaders. The interpreters have been watching you in the Nightmare Lands. They say the Chamber of Ashes was set ablaze. They say a prophecy speaks of this. Of you. You will meet the 3. Those who govern Voss.
Tell them I'm on my way now.
The 3 await you in the capital. I am proud of you, my kin.
You summoned me.
You walk among Voss. You are not Voss. You share tea with low-born families and mystics. Your arrival burned the Chamber of Ashes. A prophecy speaks of these things.
The one prophesied must be brought before the 3, given attention and honest aid.
Do you believe in prophecy, outsider?
In my time here, I've learned to trust your ways.
You are wise.
The prophecy that fits you fit the Shining Man. Perhaps both were prophesied. Perhaps one is false. We aid you as we aided him. If one is false, this meeting ensures destiny.
I think I understand. What did you meet with him about?
The Shining Man told us the secrets of your galaxy. He proposed we make no alliance with outsiders for 3,000 days. In return, he promised the Gormak will be eliminated.
He promised our world will be free from outsiders. No new ships will enter our system.
He promised the Republic and the Empire will cease to exist. We promised the Shining Man to ally with none.
You're talking about reshaping the galaxy in, what, a few years?
We need only wait. We will see if promises are fulfilled.
If the Shining Man's masters are prophesied to succeed, your insight changes nothing. If you are prophesied to succeed, our part is finished. You may go. Act as you wish.
This prophecy about the Nightmare Lands, the one we both fulfilled, the Shining Man faked it.
The scroll was examined. We have no doubts. Your time on Voss is over. Your battle is elsewhere.
In the shrine you were healed. In Voss-Ka you found family. You came to us broken and leave remade. A mystic asked that I speak those words and give you this. Remember our people.
It is done, Agent. We can scent the pulse of your heart. We can taste particles of solar radiation bead like dew on our lips. We have undergone the chrysalis of tranquility, and we are reborn.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're excited.
The chrysalis is a ritual of the Dawn Herald. It makes us stronger, better able to face the enemies of the nest, and enhances our link to the universe. It requires the stillness of spirit we now have. We'll fight alongside you.
My brave, strange protector. You know I'm glad I have you.
We do. Agent, you can bear witness. Dr. Lokin has agreed to hike Kars Falls with us if we visit the Kars City Opera.
Vector's musical tastes are frankly unsophisticated. I'm only trying to help.
Then we have a deal.
Well, that can wait. Right now there's something the three of us must discuss.
Would you care to tell me what's going on?
We're in the dark as well.
As you are both aware, I've been investigating Project Protean, an off-the-books division of the Imperial Science Bureau.
The people who want you dead.
Precisely. Their research is focused on human-alien genetic splicing. I've studied their files, along with your own physiology, Master Vector, and I've come to a conclusion.
Project Protean arranged your meeting with the Killiks so they could study the joining.
Why would they do that? And why Vector?
Thanks to the Killiks, he's stronger, more capable. An ideal soldier or infiltrator.
A science experiment.
For what it's worth, I don't believe it was personal. They wanted a test subject, and you were on Alderaan already.
What do you think of all this?
We think we are who we are. But we prefer not to be someone else's puppet.
Understandable. They have files on the Killiks. Ways to hurt joiners or to heal them. They may have altered Vector, or simply observed him.
I consider it our obligation to find Project Protean and end them, for Vector's sake as well as mine.
You've pulled a lot of data on these people. Finish the job.
It will be my pleasure.
If you'll excuse us, we'd like to commune with the Hive.
You don't want my advice, but I'll give it anyway. Vector knows who he is. Give him time to be sure of it.
You said you wanted to talk?
Yes, but we'd like some privacy. No crew members, no Killiks, no emergencies. If you could arrange it.
I can arrange it. Should I dim the lights? Pour a drink?
If you like. We'll meet back shortly.
Vector?
I'm here, Agent. Surprise.
You have nice eyes. It's good to see them.
You look different without your electric aura, but just as lovely. The Abia nest taught me to repress the pheromonic bond. I can hold it for a little while. This is a time for us to be together. One you needn't share with the Ouroboros or the colony.
You're a smart man. I don't like sharing.
I'll remember that. The others will be back soon, but I'm glad we could have this. I do love you, Agent.
I love you too, Vector.
Then it all works out. Now, we return to work. We are set, Agent. Preparations for the Killik Imperial Summit are underway, and the first ambassadors are arriving on site. We're meeting on Alderaan, in the House of Thule. We couldn't think of a more appropriate place.
Alderaan it is. Where's my invitation?
You don't want to sit through it all. But there is a favor we'd like to ask. More than any other Imperial, you've seen the nests and how they function. Your word could carry weight. Before we leave, we'd appreciate your honest assessment. One final report that we can present to the Imperial Summit attendees.
An alliance with the Killiks would benefit the Empire immensely, and I'm not afraid to say so. I'll have a report to you by the time you reach Alderaan.
We look forward to it. Agent, the summit is over. It was not without incident. Daizana of the Lesai Nest is dead.
I'm sorry to hear it. I know you felt a connection to Daizana.
Yes, we did. Fulner Eth, our contact in the diplomatic service, attempted to sabotage the proceedings. Daizana was caught in an explosion, saving an ambassador. And when we traced it to Fulner, he had a speech prepared.
Damn you! Listen to them. Do you want to ally the Empire with these creatures? Everything they do defies what we stand for. The Killiks are an abomination. Our empire is based on the notion that a great individual rises to the top, and the lesser masses follow. The Killik hive mind devours greatness, absorbs every possibility into a mire of primal instinct.
We found his words troubling, and his actions more so.
He's one man, and a crazy man at that. Trying to bomb the summit proves it.
He's wrong, you know. The colony shares the Empire's ideals. It only expresses them differently. The colony allows billions of Killiks and joiners to serve something greater, the Nest consciousness. Just as Imperials serve the Sith and the Emperor. That is what we told the others. That is how we signed the treaty between the Empire and the Killiks.
I wish it hadn't gone the way it did.
We couldn't have known Fulner would go so far. You and Daizana, even Fulner. You all brought us to this point. Our future is hopeful.
You've got time on your hands. Why don't you work me into that future somehow?
We'll see what we can do. We end a verse in the Song of the Universe. Soon, we will hear another.
What can I do for you, Vector?
We've been speaking to friends in the diplomatic service, putting Dr. Loken's lessons in persuasion to good use. It took some brokering to find a gift for you. An Ulikuo gemstone once owned by the Tupani noble houses.
Are you just feeling generous, or is there an occasion?
Traditionally, the Topani nobles present the stone as part of a marriage proposal. Which is what this is. We know you can never join us. You can never share our thoughts. But if you can't live in our world, we can live in yours. Forever.
What if I could come to your world? I could become a joiner too.
It would mean giving up everything you are, everything you wish to become. We have no desire to see you do that. We love you. Will you marry us?
I will marry you, Vector. I love you too.
Then we have an agreement. We don't have a ceremony planned, and for the sake of your cover, perhaps it can't be officially sanctioned. But it is real. We are one.
Show off for me. Tell me something only a joiner could say.
There are patterns in your electric aura that are yours alone. They taste like frost and spices. We will remember them always.
Yes, Vector?
Agent, we'll never be a great spy or covert assault operative. But you've helped us to be a diplomat and a Dawn Herald. We are grateful for your patience and your guidance.
You don't have to be grateful. We're here to support each other.
Nonetheless, we received a message from the Killiks. The colony embraces the Imperial Alliance and offered us the chance to become Dawn Herald to all nests. We refused as our priorities are clear. We'll work with you and defend your legacy until the end.
Agent, I've been continuing my research into Project Protean, the fine people who want me dead, and who are responsible for Vector's condition. I have the location of their headquarters.
Give me the details, Doctor.
Protean's main laboratory is on a planetoid in the subterral sector. Security is tight, but not impervious. I've arranged transportation for Vector and myself. He deserves to know the truth about his victimizers.
If you're moving against Protean, I ought to be there. Besides, you'll need assistance.
I'm afraid this is a personal matter, and I am capable of operating on my own. I plan to learn exactly why Protean tried to kill me and recover their data on Master Vector. The rest we can play by ear.
I want that man back in one piece. Understood?
Of course. We'll see you again when this is over.
We have returned from Project Protean. The task is done.
And I have promises to keep. It seems Protean was based on prior experiments in alien biology. My prior experiments. I had no proof until I discovered certain former associates in the Protean lab. But I've ensured that they will not misuse my research again.
What did you do at the research facility?
Vector and I entered the facility as planned and interviewed the woman in charge. In return for my generosity sparing the laboratory, I've been appointed unofficial Protean director. From now on, every experiment, every assay goes through me.
That's quite a victory. What do you plan to do with that authority?
Protean serves a function, bringing the benefits of alien biology to all people.
Starting with its work on joiners.
But your Protean files have already been deleted, and the Killik experiments stopped.
That's not enough. No more treating people as test subjects. You'll reform Protean, and I'll be watching.
I have no desire to make you into an enemy.
He offered to try and cure us. We refused, of course. We don't entirely understand him, but we don't blame him for Protean's work, or for our joining, whatever his part really was.
You think he was more involved than he admits?
We think we're never going to trust him, and we think it doesn't matter. We're glad he's on our team.
Doctor, what can I do for you today?
I was just thinking what a fine team we've made. You realize that when we met, I had an extremely low opinion of you. I assumed you'd earned your position through political connections. I made that mistake with an agent once before.
I don't suppose I've earned your approval yet.
In part, I'll grant. The agent I'm thinking of, he was promoted to Keeper and eventually Minister. A very clever man who will have my eternal respect. Your path may be similar to his. Given that and the state of our empire, I believe it's wise if I continue to advise you.
I believe it's wise to keep you at my side.
Then you're learning. In any case, I'm at your disposal. And one of these days you should consider training more operatives. I'll be happy to grant my insight.
This is Cypher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for a full report and data upload.
Receiving data, Cypher 9. I'll send it for processing right away, but you'll have to save the report. We need you back at headquarters immediately. Orders from above.
Above the Minister of Intelligence?
Sith orders, sir. I need to go.
We've never seen him act like that.
I'm sure he's merely distracted. Shall we head home?
Now we know how others feel when intelligence shows up unannounced.
Failure and disobedience are one and the same.
My lord, I tried.
In the Sith tongue, both translate as treason. That is the wisdom of the ancients.
Put Watcher 3 down.
The Cypher Agent. You defeated the traitor Jadis and the fools in the SIS. My masters acknowledge your service. But you serve intelligence no longer. By order of the Dark Council, Operations Division is dissolved. Personnel will be reassigned to wartime units or to deserving Sith Lords.
With due respect, operations is needed now more than ever.
Yes, it is. The war does not go well, whatever the official word. The Ministry of War must have resources, and intelligence fails to do its part. We hear rumors of corruption and treason. Agents wasted chasing conspiracies. A brain-dead keeper. Time to butcher the beast for its meat.
You mentioned that deserving Sith Lords will take over.
Intelligence has given its dregs to Lord Barris and Lord Sangus before. They will make better use of your finest.
Ship secure, my lord. We found the alien outside a cantina.
I was on a break. What's the deal?
Intelligence may overlook her past, but she is an anarchist and an enemy of the Empire. She will be interrogated and judged.
I will kill you. You get that? I will kill you!
Kaliyo's service has been exemplary, and we've put far worse on the payroll.
The decision was not mine. Unless you intend to slaughter the entire Citadel, do not test me.
I'm sorry. I don't think we have much of a choice.
These people are dead, and when I'm through with them, you and me are gonna finish this! I swear!
The rest of your team can remain intact. As for you, by special request of the Minister of Intelligence, you are being transferred to my brigade on the Corellian front lines. Together, we will drown the Republic in blood.
I'm so sorry, sir.
You will know your assignments. Get moving.
Begin message. I warned you what would happen, but you couldn't stay away from Voss. You had to make waves. Kill our special Gormak friend. Now the votes are in, and you see the consequences of drawing their attention. The gift is for you. I can't protect you anymore.
Who'd have thought the Star Cabal was so sentimental? Maybe if intelligence had nurtured our agents more, we'd still be around.
We'll talk to our contacts in the diplomatic service. We'll talk to the Nest. We'll talk to House Thol. We'll find support.
Frankly, it's hard to imagine intelligence being gone.
We may have lost operations, but we know more about the Star Cabal than anyone. They're scared.
They acknowledge our existence. Believe me, I want them exterminated too, but let's not overstate our position.
I thought you were the optimistic one.
Then we really need to spend more time together.
He shows his bitterness. It will become a tactical vulnerability.
What I'd like to know is, what's your plan now?
Someone wants us on the front lines of Corellia, likely as a trap. I intend to find out why and follow the answer to our enemy.
Onward then, into the maw of the dragon. You have my full support.
Let's hope the Force favors the bold.
Corellia Control to unregistered vessel. Hold for Captain Trage.
Another ex-intelligence agent, eh? Welcome to the military. According to your transfer forms, you've been assigned the rank of lieutenant and placed in Lord Razor's brigade.
What are my orders, sir?
Report to Lord Razor's briefing room. Operations begin immediately. And don't expect the flexibility your former career may have offered you. This is war, and discipline is the key to victory.
Not an auspicious beginning, is it?
Now he's bringing in a chess.
Standards fall during wartime. Korriban will return to the old ways soon enough. You must be our intelligence transfer. Lord Razor's waiting on Hollow.
You think Lord Razor and I don't deserve our positions?
Sometimes we hear things out of context.
Ready to continue, my lord?
My squadrons, prepare to launch. Listen well, my new operative, for I will repeat nothing. Corellia is a founding planet of the Republic. It shall be our first conquest as we march to victory through the core worlds. But its population fears us. The Republic army resists us. Their doom is our purpose here.
Under Lord Razor's command, we've been conducting a bombing campaign for the past 6 weeks. He's brought us here to coordinate a final airstrike against Aegis Base, the Republic Army's headquarters for this sector.
What's our approach? And how do I fit in?
Phase 1 is the elimination of the outer ring of base defenses, shield generators, bunkers, fuel depots. They're hidden from the air and jam all our sensors, so our bombers can't spot them. Your assignment is to slip past the Republic Army battalions and designate high-value bomber targets. You aim the gun, our pilots pull the trigger.
They won't know I'm there until after the bombs fall.
You will be glorious. One master of stealth will cause more devastation than 100 troops.
Then, Phase 2. With its outer defenses destroyed, Aegis Base itself will be temporarily exposed. Our flyers will continue the engagement, and our war droids will cut off Republic Special Forces. But that's all a distraction. You will infiltrate Aegis Base carrying a portable Baradium warhead. Planted correctly, it will incinerate anyone and anything inside.
Sounds straightforward, if risky. No further instructions?
You'll be patched into our channels to keep you apprised as the assault proceeds.
Go now and arm yourself. The fighters have already launched, and Republic blood rains from the skies. Now, Major Nadecker, what of your war drones? Lord Razor to all forces. Today you will burn this sector to bone. Survive, and I will anoint you with my blood. You will be my legion of terror. Die, and I will climb your corpses to victory. Bomber squadrons,
Launch! Victory for Razor!
Victory for Razor!
Leader, target destroyed.
Seems our intelligence transfer isn't all talk after all.
Cypher 9, can you read me? Cypher 9.
Stay in formation, boys. We're just getting started. You're losing engine power. Return to base.
There's another one down. Republic reinforcements coming through. We've hurt their pride. Let's take it a step further.
Cypher, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm attempting to match.
My wingman's down. Stay out of range of Aegis base. They've got cannon.
Soon they will burn. They will all burn.
I need those targets acquired faster. We're dying up here.
We only have one operative on the ground. Any more and they get caught in the kill zone.
Binox 6 gone. Kill it 3 gone. Missiles locked and away.
Metal screams like a windstorm. Bones fall like hail. Yet the Republic suffers more.
Our bombers are getting torn apart. You need to pull them back.
Those who survive may retreat, but the fighters, their work must continue. Phase 2 begins now. The shields over Aegis base are down, and Major Medeka has sent the signal to arm your warhead. Deliver it to the very center of the base. Make haste.
I'm going to the security codes. I'm not your enemy. Respond. Adjust frequency to match.
You keep trying to contact me. Who is this?
I'm a friend. The invisible enemy is still out there. We still need you to stop them.
Talk to me. What's your plan?
Aegis Base maintains a secure link up to Republic headquarters on Corellia. Go to the terminal and give me access. We need data on Republic troop reinforcements.
What does troop data have to do with anything?
If I'm right, it will help clarify the pattern. If I'm wrong, you can give the data to Lord Razor and the Moffs. Be careful, Cypher. I'll be watching.
I found the link up to Republic headquarters. Connecting now.
42 seconds until intercept. Slicing files. Here.
This is Supreme Commander Rands to Corellia Command. I hope General Garza has arrived safely. She spearheads one of 2 waves of reinforcements. Hers is a Special Forces-led deployment of armor and infantry. The second wave is a coalition of foreign powers providing a detachment of battle droids, commandos, and shock troops. Details are attached to this message. Whatever the challenges, we will not give up Corellia.
The Empire isn't prepared for this level of opposition.
You implied this had something to do with the conspirators.
The invisible enemy is manipulating us. So long as that continues, we can't win. Complete your mission to destroy Aegis Base. I've arranged to secure a line at Lord Razor's headquarters. After you report in, we need to talk.
I look forward to getting some answers.
It'll be good to work together again.
This is Major Nadeka, beginning countdown on the warhead. At 0, everything inside Aegis Base will be reduced to component particles. You might want to get out.
Lecture out to all squadrons. Clear the airspace around Aegis Base. Go!
Aegis Base is destroyed. Generals incinerated. Troops scattered and forced to retreat. You've done very well, Lieutenant. Return to the war room now. You will be the first of my terror thralls. Your faces will be branded with symbols of victory.
I'll have artists start on the slaves, my lord. But our losses...
Our losses are nothing so long as the Republic weeps. Join us, my shadow operative, as we celebrate.
More Republic troops are coming to Corellia. I found the data in Aegis Base.
They will die just as easily.
I'll look at the data.
My lord, the other Sith are coming to council.
Then the celebrations must wait. Return to your work.
Secure comm channel open.
Uploading decryption program.
Here we are, Cypher. Together again. You fall into a coma and the whole galaxy goes mad. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, even under the circumstances. There's no time for questions. The conspirators dismantled intelligence because we were close to unraveling their plan. They're exerting unprecedented influence on Corellia. You weren't transferred here by accident. You're here to discover their endgame and expose them before it's too late.
We'll have to catch up later then. What do you have for me?
The enemy is monitoring and manipulating military activity. They concealed news of those Republic reinforcements, and I suspect they're doctoring Imperial records as well. I need an unaltered accounting of our forces on Corellia with real data. I can analyze why the conspiracy is pulling strings.
You haven't lost your touch.
The Dark Council recently sent Moff Zamar to perform a top-secret accounting of every soldier, vehicle, and weapon we've lost. He's completed his tour and is taking a Skyhopper to the spaceport shortly. Intercept him en route and acquire his report before the enemy can alter it.
I'll need the Skyhopper route and some way of getting his attention.
You can force his Skyhopper to land by planting a series of false guide beacons around the Labor Valley battlegrounds. Once he's grounded, his Imperial Guard escort will protect his ship while you locate him. Getting the report is up to you.
Round a high-ranking official in the middle of a war zone. There must be a better way.
Not in the time we have. I have faith you can ensure his safety. There's a code word, chromatic, that might convince Zamar to cooperate, or it could raise suspicion. Do what you have to, and I'll be in touch. Intercepting a message from Moff Zamar's transport.
Flight path is too dangerous. We'll set down until the Republic cannons stop firing. Only a matter of time before they send ground troops. Reinforcements requested.
That's your signal. Get to Zamar before the Republic can, and get his report on our forces.
Enemy reinforcements!
Ready when you are, Agent.
Halt right there.
I'm on your side. I'm here to see Moff Zamar.
And I am sworn to protect him. State your purpose.
Before I transferred here, I was designated Cypher 9. Tell Zamar intelligence needs him.
I heard her, Commander. Send her in.
A rather small rescue party. Still, I'm grateful you found us quickly.
I'm afraid that's not why I'm here. The war report. Is it safe?
Ah, yes. What's the life of an old moth next to his information? The report is complete, and it is safe for the eyes of the Dark Council. You understand I can't say much more.
I need that data. Maybe the word chromatic means something to you?
Not a thing, other than the obvious. You aren't really... Very well. I owe him that much.
We've spotted more Republic soldiers, sir.
I'll give you the report, but I'll need to alert the Dark Council as soon as we reach safety. Can you lead us out of here?
Stay behind me and keep close to your escort. I can get you outside the building.
Commander?
We can make it to an outpost from there.
Then let's be on our way.
We can take it from here. There's an outpost not far.
We appreciate the rescue. Use that report in good conscience.
I have Moff Zamar's report. Transmitting now.
We're lucky to have you, Cypher. Beginning analysis. To date, our reports have shown the Empire at an advantage on Corellia. Our troops are more numerous, our weapons more advanced. Zamar's report suggests this advantage was a lie.
The Republic could defeat us after all.
Worse than that. Darth Thanaton, Barras, Vara, and half the Sith on the planet are expending Imperial troops on power plays instead of the war. Add to that the Republic's reinforcements, and we're an even match. Both sides could be obliterated. Hold on.
This is Lord Razor to all forces. The Resistance and its Jedi friends have struck back. Report to my forward base. They are here. The calves have come to the butcher.
You'd better lend a hand. The Empire can't afford a loss right now.
I'm on my way. Keep working on the data. Find out what the conspirators are planning.
Understood. Contact me when you can, and we'll plan the next step.
The dark side has failed you, Chakran San Jukai.
I am Lord Razor.
If only I could believe that.
Concentrate fire on the Jedi. Do not let him escape. Start counting the dead. I'll tell Darth Raj about his apprentice. You missed the best part. Republic rockets pounding soldiers into jam. Our division's been broken.
This war's only getting uglier.
Do they teach your people the same things they taught us? Children's songs about war and glory? Now those of us still alive will be split up and reassigned to other Dark Lords.
Stay together and show the Lords you're still a force to be reckoned with. Ever run a guerrilla force?
Couldn't be worse than being cannon fodder. I'll think about it.
Situation resolved. The attackers are dead, and so is Lord Razor.
It's happening everywhere. Sith and Jedi countering one another, playing into the conspirators' hands. The Star Cabal saw Corellia coming, and they're using the war to decimate 2 military forces at once. I can't believe I didn't see it.
You saw it. You just couldn't be sure without proof.
It took Hunter and the Shadow Arsenal to even give me a clue. But I have a plan. I've tracked conspirator resources to an airship above the city, a possible drop point or communications hub. It's defended by a team of mercenaries. Take out the mercenaries while they're resupplying on the ground, and the ship's docking codes are yours.
What should I expect from the enemy?
The mercenaries are corporate assassins formerly of Eidolon Security, but the real danger is aboard the ship. I want you to allow yourself to be captured and interrogated. They'll ask what you've discovered and how we're responding. You will break under torture and confess that the Empire has secret reinforcements en route to Corellia.
They've worked out everything to the last man. A discovery like that
would force them to scramble, and in the process they'll expose themselves. I can follow their trail to the inner circle, not just identify their methods or resources, but locate our final target, their center of operations.
I get on board, feed them false information, and hope to get out alive.
Yes. We won't have another chance. If we fail, losing intelligence would have been just the start. I'm sending you locations to check for the mercenaries. Get the docking codes, and I'll contact you again before you leave for the airship. Scanning the mercenary docking codes. Authenticity confirmed. You can land a speeder on the conspirators' airship. Remember, your job is to get yourself captured. When you break under interrogation, tell them...
I'll tell them secret reinforcements are coming to Corellia. That the Empire and Republic aren't evenly matched after all.
You're very good at your job, you know. If I don't hear from you in 24 hours, I'll try to arrange a rescue. But I don't know what you'll find, and I can't make a promise.
We'll be at your back. We will come out of this.
12 drinks, 3 burning buildings, and 1 beautiful woman. We will dedicate this evening to history!
It's a masquerade gone mad.
Welcome to the festivities. May I offer you a costume?
Who are all these people? What is this ship?
This is the Apocalypse Barge. Our guests are the most important and influential people on Corellia, here to enjoy themselves one last time.
The war will see our planet ruined, and we will see the war from above!
Please enjoy the party.
The house is gone, dismantled by the salvage droids.
I'm staying until I'm ash and bones, darling.
If it isn't my favorite ex-intelligence agent, retirement's keeping you busy. The truth is, I'm glad you made it. We didn't have a chance to say goodbye.
You're hosting parties now.
These people were Corellia's movers and shakers, the obscenely rich. My apocalypse party keeps them focused on themselves instead of doing anything constructive.
A good host attends in person.
Is Kaleo still on trial? She would have loved this party. And yes, it's also an excuse to see the end of the world in style. No more Jedi, no more Sith, a new galaxy.
What is your glorious vision for the future?
The battle for Corellia spirals out of control, Republic and Empire obliterate each other, and the Force-sensitive orders become dust. For the first time in 1400 years, ordinary people rule. No more getting caught in crusades or begging at temples for scraps. No need to be afraid, just one galaxy, united, at peace.
And the Star Cabal as its undisputed ruler?
We already control what's important. It's time to stop hiding. You know, you're the only person I can talk to about this. The others, they don't really chat like you and me. That's why I'm sad it has to end.
We can taste the foreign substance.
Coma gas. Figured you wouldn't cooperate. Lock her up and prep her for interrogation. You took something we wanted, Moff Samar's report. Now, we have questions.
Talk to Imperial Intelligence. They're good with answers.
You should have kept your brainwashing program. It'd be less painful.
Moff Samar's report. What did it say, and who did you tell?
Agent, hang on. Someone will come.
Take him away, get ready for the next round.
High pain threshold. Lapsing in and out.
Look, we could do this forever. Ready to talk?
Moff Zamar's report. It showed we didn't have enough troops. Reinforcements are on the way. A new fleet from the Orel sector, led by a Sith Lord.
Tell the boss. Now. Relax. Vacation's over. You get to check out.
Does that mean you're letting me go?
I kill you, the Empire gets suspicious. But there's a dangerous planet out there. You could start running. Me? I'd start saying goodbye.
Move slowly. You did your job. You should be proud.
Cannot confirm authentication. Do not reply. Instead, proceed to secure line. Coordinates attached. Repeat. Proceed to...
Secure comm channel open.
Uploading decryption program.
20 hours, 32 minutes. I really thought I'd made a mistake, but you're alive.
I spoke to Hunter and planted the information. Any sign they took the bait?
I'm seeing real activity in the conspirator system. Messages sent, credits transferred. I just need to make sense of it. Meanwhile, it's time we got ready for the final play. But we can't meet so long as their eyes are on you.
You mean I can finally learn where you are and who you're with?
Once this is done, Republic and Imperial forces will be clashing around the capital shortly. That's our best opportunity to remove you from sight. You can rig a building with explosives and be caught in a firestorm. Fake your death, and you'll no longer be top priority.
We need someplace visible, but not a prime target. I'll need time to set up.
There's an access tunnel beneath the Military History Museum, not on the official blueprints. Collapse the building, and the tunnel is your escape route. You'll need to move fast. I want you heading for the conspirators' hideout as soon as I find it. Good luck.
We never thought we'd be the sort to bomb historical sites.
Don't move! Hawkins to Chief. Target acquired. Down on the ground. SAS wants you alive, but I really don't.
I didn't know the Republic was still after me.
Don't be cocky! You're Cypher 9. You murdered the Eagle. Made it easy for the imps to pick off his followers one by one. Probably would have gotten my cell too, but the SIS found us first. Said we had a common enemy, despite our ideological differences.
What brings you to Corellia? Don't tell me someone tipped you off.
You're surprised a lot of people want you dead after everything you've done? Someone sent us your name, your face. That's all I need for revenge.
This isn't just about the Eagle, is it? What was your name again?
Nayla Hawkins. My sister's one of the people you destroyed. Just another name on a very long list. Swarm on my location. Moving to subdue.
We know you're in there, Cypher 9. I've already ordered all SIS forces to withdraw. That building will crush everyone inside. Come out and surrender.
I don't recognize your voice.
This is Harson Nill, Director, SIS Core Worlds Operations. I can save your life. The Republic doesn't torture its prisoners. You'll be treated well, put on the official POW list. You might even go home someday.
I believe you, but I've already made my choice.
Cypher, think...
We've met finer negotiators. There's the escape tunnel.
Holocams missed your exit, and SIS Chatter is reporting an Imperial Intelligence operative caught in the explosion. Officially speaking, you're now dead. Congratulations.
Do I get a state funeral?
Spies rarely do. You're off the conspirators' scanners, if not for long. I'm sending you the coordinates of the starship Tenebris. I'll meet you there, and we'll destroy the Star Cabal for good.
Get the power couplings hooked up and see what we can do about that exhaust signature.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Cypher. Meet what's left of intelligence.
Kinda sad, huh? These guys can't even play a decent game of Sabacc.
You clean them out yet? Or did they realize you cheat?
Cheating's the point. Hell, it's good to see you.
We're glad you're all right, but how?
Your old boss has set up the escape. I've been running jobs for them. Pay's bad. But I wanted my crack at the scum who messed with us.
The Minister of Intelligence suggested using her. He was right. She's very good.
It's almost like old times. Is the Minister here too?
Yes. He,
You should not be moving. I will prepare a fresh dosage.
The Minister brought us together after Intelligence was dissolved. He accelerated my treatments and recruited a corps of loyal operatives. We're working to find the Star Cabal's base of operations. He'll explain the rest in the conference room.
You're not recovered yet, are you? The droid.
I am the Mistress's medical assistant. Her neurochemical levels will require regulation within 20 minutes.
23 minutes. I can still do basic math. I'm sorry, I'm fine. I just need more rest than usual.
If I can help in any way.
What will help is eliminating the Star Cabal, along with every trace of their existence. I believe you can do that for me.
You wanted to see me, Minister?
Yes.
Come in. Last we talked, I sent you to hunt invisible agents manipulating the war. How did that mission turn out?
Sir, the ship, the crew, this is your doing?
Officially, I'm under house arrest in Car City. But even with the demise of intelligence, certain Moths owe me favors. Now we face a conspiracy as old as the Emperor and nearly as powerful. Pity we have to destroy it.
Keeper thinks we're on the edge of victory. What's our status?
Your work on Corellia allowed us to trace the conspirators' communications to a space station in the Null Zone. We believe that station to be their base of operations.
How do we make our approach?
I want you to take your team there immediately. Any delay and we risk the enemy escaping. Eliminate any members of the inner circle present and obtain their records. The names of their followers, their resources, and every black project they've co-opted.
You have plans for the information?
With the Star Cabal secrets, we can scour the galaxy for what's left of their membership. Otherwise, they'll soon regroup. Of course, the conspirators' secrets have other uses. Once this crisis passes, the Sith will want them in safe hands.
Safe hands, of course.
Cypher, when I began at Intelligence, I saw it as a distraction from my military career. Eventually, I grew to accept my role. I developed goals in place of ideals, and I found ways to achieve those goals. I hoped authority would help me effect change. But for us, there are limits to what authority can do.
Ship's overhaul is finished, sir. She'll get to the station out of sight.
The operation begins. Stop the conspirators and take back everything they've stolen.
You have my word.
You heard the call. Your ship is waiting.
This is Keeper. You're approaching the station now. I can monitor you so long as you keep an open channel. We'll be with you through the assault.
I'm preparing to dock. No sign they've noticed me.
Your ship is cloaked, but once you're aboard, you'll need to move fast. Take out any conspirators quick as you can. Anyone not there in person, we'll start hunting down as soon as you identify them.
To say you lost Corellia?
Adjustments are being made. Stryver is already working with the Mandalorians.
See? It's fine.
No holotraps this time. No distortions. Working to identify the voices.
There's Hunter. The Twi'lek from the recording.
Tracing hyperwave communications. I know your tricks.
You may say it's fine, but I won't be comfortable until our targets are laid out for autopsy.
Yamlet Sende, Zerka Corporation Special Executive. Run!
Tall Bragger, at least, is dead. Now we seek balance as the world quakes.
Sir Trilag of the Macro's Order of Assassins. 2.
Don't do anything until you hear from me.
What?
We knew we would be vulnerable in this moment. Despite the risk, we invited chaos, knowing we could cleanse the galaxy. Our duty now is to survive. And as our 1,000-year journey ends, we will enter a finer age.
That's what I want to discuss. I think some of you know me.
You are alive.
Enforcer! What have you done? What could you have said? 1,000 years. It was a noble vision.
I've identified several of the holograms. Sending dossiers to the military, Caravan, the bounty hunter guilds. Anyone associated with this meeting is now an enemy of the state. Give me an hour. I'll have the Republic and the Hutt Cartel after them too.
You said you identified several of the holograms. Not all.
Not every face was in our databanks. The Star Cabal keeps their secrets aboard that station. If we want to finish this, we need to know...
That's your signal being jammed. Talk to your brain-dead friends later.
Hunter, In the flesh at last.
I said goodbye on Corellia, so let's get one thing clear. Killing the Inner Circle doesn't get you a free pass to our files. You want to really know what we're like? You want the keys to the galaxy? Come take them!
Why couldn't you just die for us? It would have been easy. Time to see just how good you are.
No way out anymore. I dreamed about this. You and me, tearing each other apart. Who would have figured an Imperial cipher could threaten us?
I don't want to hurt you.
Why did you have to be Imperial? You would have fit right in. We could have been partners.
Star signs freeze. We are wary. He isn't gone, but he will be soon.
It's your responsibility now. Everything we built, everything we hid from you. You're the only one like us left. You'll take good care of it, but between you and me, I want to show you one last thing.
Hold still. I'll get you a med pack.
It's a little late for that. Come here. I was trained by the best. Killers. Slicers. I even went to Tatooine to see the old man.
I haven't shown anyone my real face in a long time.
How can you be a woman?
The usual way. I was a little girl when they found me. They erased my name, my planet. Eventually, it's easier to make up someone new. Then you came along. You kept your face when you became Cypher 9, and I was so jealous. But we had fun.
Being brainwashed and tortured isn't what I call fun.
Ha! You're a liar. You like it all, don't you? Hunter and Cypher 9. They're the tough ones. They play the game right.
For you, the game is over. Intelligence will decide your fate.
No, they won't. Goodbye. Don't ever let them stop you.
Black Codex access detected. Scanning. Identity confirmed. Star Cabal databanks intact.
1,000 years of data looks very small.
The enemy is defeated.
Honored Agent, the Dark Council learned of your predicament and sent us to join you. We regret that we were detained.
The Dark Council disbanded my organization. Now they want to help.
The balance changes. Knowledge spreads.
We know the Minister of Intelligence is operating without authorization. He will face judgment, but you have served the Empire. Turn over the data record, and we will deliver it to the Dark Council so that it may enhance our glory.
The conspirators called it the Black Codex. They wiped the main databank, but I downloaded what I could. Use it well.
The Dark Council will know of your loyalty. This prize, they are intrigued by it.
What was that about?
I gave them my holocommunicator. It's encrypted, but they'll figure it out. We should hurry.
You lead, we'll follow.
Hey, you all catch the show? 'Cause we messed them up.
An excellent sentiment.
Cypher, I was able to monitor your life signs after we lost contact. I'm glad you're still alive, and I'm glad you won.
As the fighting wrapped up, a group of Sith arrived. Did you expect that?
The Dark Council sent a ship to investigate after I broadcast our target list. They refused to hold position.
The post-mortem can wait. Keeper, I need you with the technical team. Cypher, with me, please.
Give the man my regards. I'll make sure you don't miss anything.
Congratulations are due, but if we're going to track and eliminate the surviving conspirators, I need their secrets. Give the data to me, please.
Tell me, Minister, why do you really want the Black Codex?
So that once in my life, I can do the right thing. Despite all their evils, the Star Cabal did something remarkable. They stayed invisible for centuries, operating independent of the great powers. In my career, I can hardly scratch my nose without being stymied by a Dark Lord.
Our superiors make service difficult sometimes.
The lives I've destroyed, the atrocities I've approved, all of it was to make the Empire a better place. I failed. Now I turn to you and to the Black Codex. Imperial intelligence is not being rebuilt. You need to escape while you have the chance.
Escape from what? What's happening to intelligence?
The Sith and the military have wanted our resources for years. Now that we belong to them, things will change. The conspirators erase themselves from history. The Black Codex can help you go dark, destroy all records of your identity. You would answer to no one, not a new Sith intelligence, not superior officers. You'd serve the Empire as a free agent, exercise that conscience of yours.
Even if I escape, what about you and the others?
With luck, I may retire gracefully. Without, I expect to be hanged. But the others won't be blamed for my mistakes. They'll be your allies on the inside while you operate in the shadows. It's the best I can offer.
We have a deal, Minister. I get my freedom. The Empire gets an invisible ally. Activate the Black Codex. Retrieve Imperial security codes, and scan for references to Agent Cypher 9. Eliminate them all.
No more designation, not even a name. You're a ghost with enough secrets to blackmail the galaxy. The Empire's going to need you. Someone will be in touch.
Prepare the ship to launch. We're leaving.
Analyzing jump trajectories.
Yeah, 'cause us Hicks can't use a navicomputer.
How was your meeting? Is everything all right?
After everything we've been through, I understand if some of you are tired. But the galaxy is only getting more dangerous. If anyone has doubts, in me or our mission, speak now.
This is our place. We intend to remain.
No one doubts your leadership, sir.
Not like I have other plans.
I'm not finished with you.
And I, as always, am your humble servant.
See? Everyone likes you.
Patching in a message. One moment.
This is Command Ship Tenebris. I thought I'd see you off properly. It might be a while before we do this again.
Secure transmission acknowledged, Keeper.
Keeper was Director of Operations. My name is Shara. We're getting questions from Drummond Cass, and I was hoping to set the record straight. What's your plan while we sort things out here?
I'm going to find threats to the Empire, and I'm going to stop them. Isn't that what we do?
Perhaps it is. Tenebris out.
There's a whole galaxy out there. Who do we lie to next?